This is a presentation of DirecTV, America's premier source for sports television.
NASCAR Hotpass heats up on the asphalt at Texas Motor Speedway as Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, and Martin Truex Jr. are ready for a showdown down south. The Great American Speedway is known for its high speeds, and the fast laps will have drivers locked in and ready to ride home with a win. Which driver will take the top spot and who'll get the horns? Get ready for a ride. NASCAR Hotpass is going green from the Lone Star State right now.
Well, it's flooding down in Texas. All of the telephone lines are down.
Today it's Texas Motor Speedway from the Lone Star State, where everything is bigger. Bigger crowds, bigger crazies, and a huge Dale Earnhardt Jr. contingent here to watch their favorite driver take on one of his favorite racetracks. Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas for race number 7 of the 2008 season. It's the Samsung 500. You turned in to the Dale Earnhardt Jr. channel on 791 and 796 in high definition. From Texas Motor Speedway, it's TNA Wrestling pre-race show. Beautiful blimp shot showing this extremely fast 1.5 mile racetrack. The weekend got off in a great way. On Friday in qualifying, Dale Earnhardt Jr. got a good draw going out in 30th. And coming out of turn number 4, the fans had a pretty good idea this was a good lap. Just how good was it? Listen as he crosses the start-finish line. The fans ecstatic about the pole, his second career pole at Texas Motor Speedway. Dale Jr. fans in droves here at Texas wanting to see him find victory lane once again. Since he starts off first, that means he'll be last to be introduced, so he's got some time on the stage. Let's go to Phil Parsons and Dale Jr.
Dale Jr., I'm not sure how much you enjoyed the pole the other day, but I know the crowd sure enjoyed the pole. How about that?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Those are good accomplishments, and we're real proud of that. Anxious to get the race started and see what kind of race car we got and what kind of chances we got today to get a win. And it's a good track for me. We always run good here, so looking forward to it.
I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Obviously, I was here when you won your first Busch race back in '98, and then your first Cup win in 2000, so a lot of special memories here at Texas.
Sure, yeah. We've always seemed to like this racetrack and run decent here, and I'm anxious to get another decent run or a win. It'd be great to get a win today, and we've got a great chance. The guys at Hendrick Motorsports to give me a great race car that's hopefully going to be able to do everything we needed to do today.
I know you talked about at the very beginning of the season how important it is for you to get that first win quickly.
Yeah, I'm trying not to obsess over it to where it's going to affect my performance and my ability to get what I can get from the car, but we'd like to get a win. I think any of the 4 drivers at Hendrick would love to have a win, and we got great shots every time we show up to the racetrack.
You have to love the consistency, though, this year. Tied for the most top 5s, the most top 10s of anybody in this series. It's been a great start to 2008.
It has. I've had a lot of fun. I've had some good races where I felt like I did a good job, and most of all, I've had great cars and good support from not only my race team, but our teammates and the stuff that they know and the data that they have. The race shop as a whole, building great motors and beautiful race cars that perform really good. So I'm just trying to do my best with it and enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it.
Let's keep this roll going, huh?
Yeah, man. We keep saying that every week. Let's keep the roll going. So hopefully that's going to be the theme this year.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dale Jr.
New theme for the 2008 season. Let's keep this roll going. But before we go forward, let's flash back and take a look at what the two of them were just talking about. And that is back in 2000 when Dale Earnhardt Jr. was able to cross the start-finish line for his first career win in the Sprint Cup Series, celebrating in victory lane. And what an amazing time that was for him. He was able to celebrate with his father that first win in just his 12th start of his young career. How good is Dale Jr. at this racetrack? Well, statistically speaking, he's very good. One win at this racetrack, and again, that was his first one. He ties for second of the active drivers at this racetrack, and then tied for first in both top 5s and top 10s. 7 top 10s in the races he has run here. Want to take a look at how this season has gone to kick off the 2008 season. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment. We will be right back, and we will see the green flag in the starting lineup after these messages.
Could everyone please aim their remote at one of these slow images? Now pick a fast one. Excellent. You've now demonstrated for yourself the difference between DSL and Roadrunner High-Speed Online. Add all these extra features over our advanced fiber network, and you'll see why Roadrunner zooms past DSL every time.
Call Time Warner Cable for special savings on Roadrunner High-Speed Online. Don't delay. Call today. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
This season, transform your baseball experience. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. Transport your favorite teams and players right into your living room with up to 80 out-of-market games a week. Put every pitch, every hit, and every play into your rotation today. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. Order now and get $20 off the regular season price. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
Presenting a new original series, DirecTV Hometown Heroes. Joan London brings you inspiring stories of courage and kindness from DirecTV viewers like you.
We've been delivering a lot of aid all over the world.
We want to teach kids to love themselves.
Some people call them neighbors. We call them heroes.
Thank you for everything that you've done for me.
Doesn't get any better than that.
DirecTV Hometown Hero.
Okay, give me my remote.
Get it, Jim. You had way too much cable.
You said you were going to get DirecTV. I'm fine, really.
So digital picture doesn't mean anything to you? But what about your friends and your family?
I just want to watch the game.
That's the cable talking, Jim. That game isn't even in HD.
Friends don't let friends watch cable. Refer a friend or family member to DirecTV, and you'll get $50, and they'll get $50 on top of our best offer.
The man I worked for, he didn't own his own company. White man owned it, so they owned him. Nobody owns me.
Frank Lucas is the most dangerous man walking the streets of our city.
What you want?
I want to be you.
No black man has accomplished what the American mafia hasn't in 100 years.
This is my home. Frank Lucas don't run from nobody. This is America.
American Gangster. Experience the unrated extended version not shown in theaters.
Presenting a new original series, DirecTV Hometown Heroes. Joan London brings you inspiring stories of courage and kindness from DirecTV viewers like you.
We've been delivering a lot of aid all over the world.
We want to teach kids to love themselves.
Some people call them neighbors. We call them heroes.
Thank you for everything that you've done for me.
Doesn't get any better than that.
DirecTV Hometown Heroes premieres tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the 101.
And welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. You see on the left, Dale Earnhardt Jr. moving the 88 around. On the right, Tony Eury Jr. Across words every now and then comes across the radio from Dale Jr. to Tony Eury Jr. But I tell you what, there is a lot of respect between these two gentlemen. And our driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., talked about his relationship with his crew chief before the season started.
Me and Tony Jr. got a great relationship. He's one of the best in the business, and he knows he's been around the sport. I know what he's done, where he's been, who he's learned it from, and that's who I want working on my car. He cares about me as a person and an individual, and we take care of each other, and we look out for each other, and it's just great to have. You know, I'm just fortunate and lucky that he's so talented, and that I get to work with him, because I wouldn't want to race against him.
A lot of respect for Tony Eury Jr. from Dale Earnhardt Jr. Get to know Tony Eury Jr. a little better. Little Albert, the nickname, the childhood nickname after his granddaddy, as he likes to say. Favorite car off track, the 2008 Chevy Silverado. What do you think he'd be if he wasn't in racing? Well, how about an electrician or a plumber? Can you see Tony Eury Jr. handling those duties? Well, certainly we can. Let's go down and hear from our crew chief. He is with Phil Parsons.
I am with Tony Jr. We just heard some sound from Dale Jr. that we taped a little bit earlier before the season started, and he talked about how important your relationship was with him. I know some of our listeners and viewers sometimes may wonder to me it's a God-given right to complain as a driver, but we know that relationship is so strong and he is so appreciative of the relationship that you two guys have. It's a special bond, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you'll hear on the radio, and it sounds like, you know, we're discussing things, or, you know, if he's aggravated or whatever. But, you know, you've learned over the years, you know, Dale Jr.'s there's no one. He's strapped in a car. He's in there for 500 miles. It's hot, sweaty. He's doing all he can do every lap for us, and you know, you learn to appreciate that. And you know, we know what circumstances he's underneath there, so he knows he's got 100% of our support in here, and we're doing everything we can to make his car and make his job as easy as possible. So, you know, anything you hear like that, we laugh about it on Mondays. I mean, we really have a good time with it, but you know, I know it's entertaining to a lot of the fans, but I mean, we have a great time with it.
We've talked about the consistency so far this season, 2008. 5 top 10s, the most of anybody in this series. Great job qualifying here with a pole and another good race car.
Yeah, this is the car we had at Vegas, and you know, it was extremely fast in qualifying the other day. We've been fast in race trim. It's just the car hasn't been exactly like he wants. I think everybody's having a little trouble getting it dialed in, you know. But cars are fast, and you know, we're gonna see what we got here. I know Carl's gonna be tough. He's been tough at all the mile and a half, so you know, we're just looking forward to getting racing here. Pit crew's gonna be back on their game this week, and we'll have a lot of fun.
And not a bad pit stall either by getting the pole.
Yeah, it's always a benefit anytime you qualify up front to get your opening or get a number 1 stall. And, you know, it's just a big benefit to be down here. It's really going to benefit us under caution. So, you know, these guys right here can get it done.
Right, thanks, Tony Jr. Have a good day, buddy.
All right, bud. Thank you.
Back to you, Rick.
Thank you, Phil. New feature to NASCAR Hotpass. We want to give you the starting grid. And, of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting up front. And as Tony Eury Jr. just mentioned, Carl Edwards, he'll start on the outside, and he has been very, very strong. As that continues to roll along the left side of the screen, we want to take a look at the Texas Motor Speedway track facts about this 1.5-mile racetrack. 24 degrees banking in the turns. They'll be upwards of 200 miles an hour when they come into turn 1 and into turn number 3. It's a tri-oval. Sometimes they call it a quad oval. Here at Texas Motor Speedway, what it's definitely called is a fast racetrack. 500 miles, 334 laps. Pit road speed will be 45 miles an hour. We're expecting Dale Earnhardt Jr. to be on pit road after about 50 to 55 laps. That will be for fuel. The tires should last a little bit further than that, so we're expecting things to work out in our favor. We're looking for that first win. Now, not only on NASCAR Hotpass are you able to listen and tune into your favorite driver, but we've also got the opportunity for the Super Channel, which is team radios for 13 other drivers that will be on the racetrack today. Take a look at the first 7 that will be mentioned there, and we'll follow that up with the second 7, the drivers that are highlighted today on the Super Channel. Again, that's channel 794 and 799 in high definition. Again, on Friday, what an amazing day it was as far as qualifying, and it looks like we're going to have a great day here weather-wise. It's been a little different than the first few days and races that we've been involved with, but I mentioned a little bit earlier about qualifying. What an amazing wreck Michael McDowell was a part of. Let's take a look. 8 times after he hits the wall head on does he do a barrel roll. And one of the biggest things was the question mark of the COT. How will the car of today handle a big accident? Well, we hadn't had one until this took place with Michael McDowell. You see him climbing out of the race car, and we heard just a little bit sore in the left ankle was all that Michael McDowell said was a problem with him. You see them having to work on the safer barriers that absorb some of the impact that Michael McDowell had when he hit the wall. And now Phil Parsons spent a little time in one of the cutaway cars to talk a little bit more about safety and the safer barriers and these new COT cars.
You've seen the video accident, and you've seen the safer barrier. Let's tell you a little bit more about the race car. This race car was really designed several years ago from the seat outward for safety. You have this roof that's 2.5 inches taller than our old car. The greenhouse is 4 inches wider than our old car. This driver's seat is moved closer to the center of the car to get the driver away from the door bar. We've got the headrest material, a lot of advancement over the years in the headrest material. We also have the energy absorbing foam on the outside of the doors. Everything designed around safety. We also have the back of the car. It doesn't stop here at the cockpit. We go to the back of the car. You see the smaller fuel cell. These fuel cells are about 4 to 5 gallons smaller than what we used to race. You see the energy absorbing foam material around the fuel cell. As a matter of fact, I was told that that fuel cell from Michael McDowell's car will be able to be reused in another car. These are just some of the reasons that these cars are as safe as they are, and that's why Michael McDowell was able to walk away and will race today.
And Michael McDowell on his first lap was 40th quickest, and we are going to be listening in to Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Eury Jr., and spotter TJ Majors. Those are the voices you're going to be hearing.
So have a good day, our bud. We'll do our best to help you out as much as we can. Just be patient with it. Just have a good day. We'll see what we got.
Again, cousins, Tony Eury Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr. working closely, obviously, in this race team as crew chief and driver. TJ Majors, a close friend that Dale Earnhardt Jr. met actually online racing. Got to know him a little bit better and decided TJ Majors would be a good spotter for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And so asked him to come down and work with the team and help out. And sure enough, TJ Majors is now spotting for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Those are the voices you're going to hear. This is an interactive channel. Make sure to email us if you've got questions or comments about what's going on today. Hotpass@directtv.com. Make sure to include your name and hometown. We'd love to recognize you as those questions come in. Again, Hotpass@directtv.com with any questions or comments about what's taking place today on the racetrack or inside of the race car.
The green here. Nice smooth shift, so I'll call the green.
Field coming through turn number 4. Brett Bodine, the pace car driver, will make the hard left turn onto pit road, and then the field will be in the hands of our driver. Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings the field to the green flag of the Samsung 500.
All right, get ready. Ready, grain, grain, grain. Go outside there, enter bumper, all clear, all clear.
Bonus points, obviously, on the minds of everyone in the sport. If Dale Earnhardt Jr. can lead the first lap or any lap, that's 5 bonus points he would be able to grab. See if he can hold off that hard-charging 99 as they work their way through 3 and 4 back into the tri-oval. And he will lead lap number 1. 5 bonus points going to the 88's National Guard Amp Energy Chevrolet team.
Remember, Rick, that all 3 of those guys running up front right now ran the nationwide race yesterday, so they have 300 miles under their belts on this racetrack as recently as yesterday.
Seat time so critical to drivers when they come to a racetrack. Dale Jr. finishing 7th in that nationwide race yesterday. In practice yesterday on the racetrack, Dale Jr. complained about, felt like he was hitting the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. So Tony Eury Jr. went to work on that car pretty much the entire practice session, trying to get it to get off of the racetrack but still have good grip.
I talked to Tony Jr. in the hauler this morning, and he said he really felt like they had a good race car. There's some other cars. The 88, I'm sorry, the 99 is also good as well. The 48 of Jimmy Johnson is another car that Tony Jr. said was really, really good in practice. But he said even though, you know, the car was running good lap times, they kept trying to get it better and better and better. And obviously early on here looks pretty good.
Has about a 5-car length lead over Carl Edwards, who's moving up the racetrack already. Normally something that would see out of Dale Earnhardt Jr. He will take his try a little bit higher up the racetrack as the race progresses. We've seen him run up over the dark area on the racetrack, in the middle of the track, and then all the way up near the wall at times here at Texas Motor Speedway. TJ Majors quiet on the radio as Junior has put some distance between himself and
Chatter in
second.
the right front, real early in, pretty loose center off. Backing up the corner pretty far, and it just won't load the right front. False. Just dirt tracking it center off. 10-4. Everybody else is really pushing there. It looks like you run a 06 to his 29, so you're doing fine. Yeah, I see that. I'm just getting.
I started to say a few moments ago, and this is from the car, the fastest car on the racetrack. So that's how perfect these guys strive for to get these cars handling.
Talking a little bit about that chatter in the right front. They were doing camber changes again yesterday in the practice, trying to eliminate chatter in the left front. This one's new on the weekend, the chatter in the right front.
And remember camber is how much the tire tilts in at the top. On the right side of the car, that's called negative camber, and on the left side of the car, it tilts out essentially towards pit wall. So that's called positive camber, but that's a real handling tool for these cars.
Last time by the start-finish line, it was a half a second that separated Dale Jr.
Still clear by 2 there.
And Carl Edwards, this time by 0.2 of a second, the difference between the two cars.
That was a nice run through the center of the corner that time for Dale Jr. He gained about 2 car lengths from the center of the corner off that time on that 99 of Carl Edwards.
Running higher on the racetrack, and Carl Edwards goes down a little bit lower. We'll see which is the preferred line for Dale Earnhardt Jr. now. If he can keep that momentum up as he looks to pull away just a bit as they cross the start-finish line and head into turn number 1. Fall off of speed early on in this race, now only able to get up to about 185 miles an hour as he entered turn number 1 the last time.
Saw a good battle looming there for a second. Kyle Busch pulled to the inside of the 99 of Carl Edwards, tried to take over that position.
Yeah, Phil, our teammates coming into the picture as well. We see Jimmy Johnson running in the 4th spot. Matt Kenseth rounds out our top 5. Hugging the white line through 1 and 2 this time. Put a little more distance between himself and Carl Edwards. Now back up to the middle of the racetrack in 3 and 4. So 2 distinct lines that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is employing in this race. Low in 1 and 2 and a little bit higher up the racetrack in 3 and 4.
Just looking for grip. Wanted to see where the maximum grip is. He may keep searching around a little bit, and he can gauge off of Carl Edwards behind him. He can see if Carl gains on him through a corner and he runs something different, then he knows that probably didn't work. So just constant search for more grip.
Big run Kyle Busch has coming out of turn 2 and is able to get by that 99 of Carl Edwards. Edwards now running the little higher line through 3 and 4 as Dale Earnhardt Jr. has set the pace up there and continues to lead. 12 of the 12 laps run have been led by Dale Earnhardt Jr. after starting on the pole today, his 2nd career pole at Texas Motor Speedway. That ties him with 2 other drivers that have also won the pole here. Kyle Busch again taking over the second spot. And looking low on the racetrack as he tries to catch up with that National Guard Chevrolet. Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to set the pace. Stay with us. Lower left corner of your screen as we go to commercial break. We'll be right back with more racing here on Hot Pass.
It's now the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.
How can we possibly keep up with DirecTV when they have almost 100 of the best national HD channels that our customers want?
Jim, whip up some numbers that make it look like we have, like, I don't know, 1,000 HD channels.
We can't say that.
Not a good idea.
90% of all statistics can be made to say anything.
90%.
50% of the time.
I think we can make that work.
Awesome!
Switch today and get the most HD channels anywhere. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
These aren't just our guests. These are our neighbors. So we don't just make them appetizers, we make them Applebee's Ultimate Trios. Choose 3 of our most killer apps for one low price. Like tangy citrus teriyaki wings, crispy panko-crusted dynamite shrimp, even our all-Angus mini bacon cheeseburgers. Ultimate Trios. This grillin' bar is raising the bar. Applebee's. It's a whole new neighborhood.
Cobalt tools are so comfortable, you just don't want to quit working.
What are you doing up there, Jimmy? Welding, Chad?
Cobalt, the next generation of tough tools. Available exclusively at Lowe's.
The Ford F-150 uses 2 closed-loop tow hooks as opposed to the conventional open design, which makes them stronger.
And if the tow hooks are this strong, imagine how strong the rest is.
For a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2008 Ford F-150s. Hurry, offer ends April 30th.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you've got to get DirecTV. By the Ford F-150, built Ford tough. By the auto parts experts at AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. And by Sprint. Welcome to the 2008 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Speed is beautiful.
Here on NASCAR Hot Pass, the lead changes that took place. It was that 18 of Kyle Busch that was able to get out in front of the field, get by the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., and then the 99 and 48 followed suit. So we're running in 4th now behind the 18, the 99, and the 48. Dale Jr. hasn't mentioned much on the radio since these passes have taken place, so hasn't talked about the car and the handling since those first.
Now it's starting to slide the nose, but the back left rear is still unhooked. All right.
Phil, when it comes to foreign languages, I'm guessing you're going to have to translate the fact that sliding the nose and the left rear is still unhooked.
Yeah, what that means is the car is basically a little bit tight as far as sliding the nose. He loses the front grip a little bit more than he wants to, but yet he's still able to get that car loose a little bit when he says the left rear is unhooked. It means that left rear is not on the ground and maybe wanting to spin that left rear tire a little bit. So a couple things that Tony Jr. will have to adjust, and some of the time you can fix that sliding the nose in the center, because to to accommodate for that nose sliding, you actually turn the steering wheel a little bit more. And then once the front end finally grabs, then that wants to unhook the rear. So maybe fixing that tightness, that sliding in the center of the corner may also fix that left rear unhooking as well.
Right now, Kyle Busch has put almost 2.5 seconds between himself and second place, Carl Edwards. And it's Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane running in the 5th spot now as he was able to get by Matt Kenseth. Kenseth runs 6th, then back behind him, the number 6 of David Reagan running in the 7th spot.
Yeah, boy, but it cuts, spins out off. All right.
Coming up on the slower lap traffic already. 2 cars are shown or scored 1 lap down as we've completed 23 laps of racing on the 24th of 334 laps, just over 500 miles the distance for the Samsung 500. Greg Biffle, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Newman round out your top 10 after David Reagan running in the 7th spot.
Dale Jr.'s kind of settled in here in 4th. It doesn't seem to be.
All clear, all clear.
It's obvious a lap car that TJ is telling Dale Jr. about, but the 5th place car, Matt Kenseth, is not able to gain, or I'm sorry, Casey Kane is not able to gain anything, and Dale Jr. is able to stay right with our teammate Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
Teammates working together. That was the case yesterday during practice. Jeff Gordon came over to talk with Tony Uri Jr., asking about the setup and the changes that they made during practice. Then moments later, it was Casey Mears that was over in the garage listening in to what changes Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Uri Jr. had made to that race car, trying to figure out the best handling setup between the 4 Hendrick drivers and teams.
Rick Tony Jr. was looking over all 4 of the setups for all 4 of the Hendrick cars this morning, along with Tom Stewart and Darian Grubb, just comparing the setups. They were very, very similar in a lot of areas, and a couple areas had some differences. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the race wears on.
And right now, we would be considered the 2nd fastest of the 2 Hendrick cars running in the top 5 as Jimmy Johnson is in front of us.
I don't feel like I got any bite.
You heard, don't think I have any bite out of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
You know, that'll fix it, so we'll put some in and move the track bar down when you get the first stop.
And again, that first stop, if it stays green, we would expect to see him around lap 50. Anywhere from 50 to 55. Talking about the pit window for.
You did make a comment that it was a little tight in. Hey, but I'm so loose, man. I am so loose. Center off. I mean, it's just. I don't know what's wrong with it. It ain't never moved like this.
Got to spin on the racetrack. It's Michael Waltrip getting turned around and sliding on the racetrack. So on lap 29, our first caution comes out, and I'm sure we will see the field on pit road. Talking about the changes that need to be made to the National Guard Chevrolet for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to give him a machine underneath him that he feels a little more competitive in. Big screen there. We saw Michael making the move to the high side of the racetrack. Looks like he got up in what they call the marbles, a little bit higher on the track than anybody else had been running, and that spun that number 55 around. So he gets it going once again, but we are under our first caution of the race. Again, out in front of the field, it's the 18 of Kyle Busch, the 99 of Carl Edwards, then Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane. Again, we are pitting in the number 1 pit stall. Kyle Busch.
2 rounds down on the track bar.
Kyle Busch, who
pit road will be open 4,000 second gear.
Qualified 3rd quickest. Chose pit stall 35. There's an opening just in front of his pit stall.
That 48's going to peel off, then hustle down to your stall.
4,000, second gear, 45 miles per hour on pit road. Junior's going to make his way all the way down pit road as we see the pit work being done in the Fox screen in the upper right, Phil.
Yeah, the entire way down pit road.
10 away.
TJ's going to call him in here. Tony Jr. going to call him in.
Come on. Right there.
Heard the adjustment. 2 rounds down on the track bar. That should tighten that car up some. Jason Dalrymple make that change.
Go hard. Go, go, go. Straight out. Good job. Number 1.
Great.
Outside there. It'll be the first one off.
Great work on pit road. You see the celebration of the over-the-wall crew. Dale Jr. giving them a way to go, boys.
Very nicely done. As you can see, 13.5 on the clock. But more importantly, got that lead back. First car off pit road.
So they win the race off pit road and back in front of the field at Texas.
It's an exciting new breakthrough in automotive technology. It's ZNet, newly expanded and only at AutoZone. ZNet gives every AutoZoner the power to find you the right part faster, along with diagrams, photos, and step-by-step printed instructions, so you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Come in for a test drive today. Improved ZNet, available only when you get in the zone. AutoZone.
Casey Kane. Where? Casey! There he is. There he is.
Even the best drivers could use accident forgiveness. Part of your choice auto insurance. Only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Hey! Is there anything we could do to help? Anything.
Truckers told us to give them a heck of a truck. He told us not to pull any punches. So we gave them a big engine, big towing, big frame, and big brakes. What'd we get out of it? A big old pat on the back. The 2008 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Toyota Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
Trying to make sense of all your insurance options can make anyone feel a bit helpless. Fortunately, that's where we come in. For over 125 years, the principal has helped make the tough financial decisions easier. So whether it's life insurance, disability income insurance, or medical coverage, we can make protecting you and yours a lot less stressful. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
I'm comfortable in my new ride.
I'm comfortable in Wrangler.
Get comfortable with new fits and new styles from Wrangler Jeans Company. Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom. We can go home.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Welcome back to the Samsung 500 from Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway. Texas Motor Speedway, and the lights are out on the pace car, meaning that when we get back to the front stretch, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will see the green flag once again.
84, 78, 66 on the inside there. 48, 18 of your mirror, cover to the green.
Race off pit road was won by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Prime spot there in spot number 1, and a great pit stop by the over-the-wall crew. Was able to get Dale Jr. out in front of this field.
Get ready. Ready, green or green.
Green flag in the air, back underway. Samsung 500. Dale Jr. led the first 13 laps of this race, and then it was Kyle Busch that was able to get by him. He led up until lap 30. Then Dale Jr. took back over in lap 31. Always have the race update that can give you information up on the top of the screen. Jeff Gordon complaining that his car is tight. Different than his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. That tight condition coming when he gets off of the throttle. You see the two Hendrick cars running nose to tail as they make their way into 3 and 4. Jimmy Johnson was able to get by us the last time we had a long green flag run. We'll see if the 88's able to stay out in front now. We did have an email that came to us from, well, somewhat a famous gentleman, Dr. Phil, threw a question at us, and he said, hey, what is it about the flames that are coming out of the exhaust when they go into the corners, Phil?
That's basically raw fuel as these guys will back off the throttle, Dale Jr., whoever it may be. That's just a little bit of raw fuel that is caught up in the tailpipes and that is not burned in the combustion chamber of the engine. So that's just a little bit of raw fuel. When the guys get back in the throttle, that goes away and until the next corner as they back off the throttle.
Appreciate the email. Thanks for watching, Dr. Phil. We watch your show too.
I might see if we can get you on that show, Rick, and you can talk to Dr. Phil about some of your issues.
I need a lot of help. It might take a couple episodes. That might be a mini series that would take place on the Dr. Phil show. Not a problem though for the National Guard Chevrolet right now. We haven't heard feedback yet from Dale Earnhardt Jr. to crew chief Tony Eury Jr. One of the good things is when there isn't a lot of communication over the radio, meaning maybe no problems.
Yeah, Dale Jr. right now is just waiting to get a few laps on the tires, get the air pressures build up. Then he knows kind of what direction the car is going to go. Right now, the tires are so new that they will hold the car. So in just a few laps when the air pressures build up, then the car will start going the direction that it's going to go on a long run. And that's when Dale Jr. will come back and give that feedback to Tony Jr.
Able to hug the white line as he works through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. A rocket ship, that 88 National Guard Chevrolet. Big event taking place in Lowell, Massachusetts coming up. Total Nonstop Actions Lockdown 2008 will be held live at the Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts, outside Boston on April 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern, airing live and exclusively on pay-per-view. Tickets for TNA Lockdown 2008 are available at Ticketmaster locations or online at www.ticketmaster.com. Now, what takes place? It is a steel cage match, and it takes place every match, and so they are locked into that hexagonal ring, and great action that will be taking place. For more information, go to www.tnawrestling.com.
Better, but the right rear tire still want to give me a little bit of trouble. In all the way through. Sure, I'll keep tuning you up there, bud.
Yeah, basically Dale Jr. said the car is a little bit loose. The right rear tire is slipping out from under.
Yeah, it starts
but
to free up the end.
As you mentioned, freeing up a little bit loose. Getting out in front, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr., then Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Casey Kane, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and the 6 of David Reagan are your top 10. Martin Truex Jr. highlighted today on channel 795. And just outside of the top 10, another hot pass driver, Tony Stewart, running in the 11th spot. So your 4 hot pass drivers currently running in the top 11 spots here at Texas Motor Speedway. Dale Jr.'s win here in 2000, his first career Sprint Cup win. Said one of the best times he's had in racing, able to celebrate that victory with his father in victory lane, and obviously after Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed, that won't happen again, so he has to hang on to those moments, cherish the memories that took place, the great times that he had joining his father in victory lane. From lap 31 until present, we're on lap 45. It has been Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front again. He led the first 13 laps of this race, and now holding on to the top spot once again, able to keep his teammate at bay. Riding along with Jimmy Johnson as we look ahead at the National Guard Chevrolet. We'll run away to a quick break, but stay with us in the lower left corner of your screen.
To say thanks for making Subway footlongs famous, get any piled high regular footlong for just $5. $5 footlongs. Hurry, a celebration this great won't last long. At Subway.
Jimmy? Casey? Dale? Yeah, man. Let's rock.
When you're Team Hendrick, every race is a battle. And every win comes with Q motor oil technology. And there's a Q horsepower specially designed to help maximize the power in your car. Unleash all your horses.
It's time to start your engines. It's time to reclaim the yard. It's time to mow now and pay later. Because now through April 23rd, you'll get no payments, no interest until January 2009 on any tractor purchase of $859 or more with your Home Depot Consumer Credit Card. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Never miss a race with a Dish DVR from Dish Network.
Carl Edwards takes the victory. We crowned a champion for 2007, Carl Edwards.
Get the best HD DVR free. It's better than TiVo. And 3 months of programming free. Never miss anything when you have a Dish DVR from Dish Network.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you. So let the voice of freedom sing out through this land. This is our country.
When you've been perfecting America's truck for 90 years, you back it with the best coverage in America. Chevy Silverado. Built to last. Built to love.
Fox tonight, a Simpsons totally 90s tribute searches for their nirvana.
The 90s? Never heard of it.
And after an all-new King of the Hill, it's the Family Guy Star Wars episode full hour event.
Always gargle before a takeoff. Waka waka.
It all starts at 7, 6 Central, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back. As you saw, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson was able to take the lead over the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. So that moves us back into the second spot. Then it's Kyle Busch, the 99 of Carl Edwards, and the 16 of Greg Biffle, who's making his way up toward the front now in the 5th position. But again, it is Dale Earnhardt Jr. running second to the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. 2 Hotpass drivers that are being highlighted today. And we have the opportunity to talk to the other gentlemen that are dealing with our channel. And that would be Jimmy Johnson's channel. And over there is Randy Pemberton and Hermie Sadler. Hey
Rick.
guys, how's it going?
Buddy. Good. We got us a little lockdown going ourselves right now. It seems like we got the better of you, measured you up that time. It looks like we we took the lead. We looked pretty good.
Now, would this be considered a steel cage match since the entire racetrack has a fence all the way around it?
I think the question's got to be, I think we have to throw that to Hermie. He knows all about that, hexagons and squares and steel cages. What do you got? Is this a steel cage match today, Hermie?
Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is demolishing the field right now like it's a steel cage match, standing by with Phil Parsons. You guys out front right now qualified up front. That track position, clean air, been very important for your guy Dale Earnhardt Jr. so far.
It really is. Dale Jr. was complaining a little bit about the car being loose, but so far so good. Tony Jr. working on the car, lowered the track bar a couple rounds, made it a little bit better, Dale Jr. said, but the right rear still slipping out from him a little bit.
Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car field, talked about being a little bit tight center off, but free on entry. Said it's really affecting the way you arc the car down into the corner. If you don't have a tight car on entry, hard to get that entry like you need at a racetrack like Texas.
Sure is, yeah, and that's when they can use the racetrack here at Texas too. That's why you see these guys move around a little bit, trying to find a little bit more grip.
Did you know that today on DirecTV Hotpass we're promoting TNA Lockdown next Sunday night, live exclusively on pay-per-view, and it's the 6 sides of steel. Everything's inside the 6 sides of steel cage. I know you don't know a lot about wrestling, Phil. I thought I'd show you a couple of wrestling moves, like a headlock.
Hey, we got a poll going on in Hotpass headquarters. I'm behind Hermie. I think Hermie can take Phil.
Whoa, did you just see the elbow? Oh!
Holy cow!
Moving into the ring, Rutledge Wood. He's got it. It's a jack stand.
Hey, next week.
How did he get in there?
You wouldn't be able to get away from me, baby. You wouldn't be able to get away from me next week.
Somebody get him a job.
That's the thing about professional wrestling. Everybody thought Rutledge and I were enemies. We're teammates. That's how it's going to be. 6 sides of steel, lockdown, only on pay-per-view. Oh, no, he got me.
Rutledge Wood. He beats Hermie in foot racing, bicycle racing, you name it. He's waxing Hermie, and now he beats him in a steel cage match. Oh, my gosh. Rick?
Well, Randy, hey, thanks a lot. Let's keep this to the racetrack, though. Good luck to you guys. We're going to try to stay right behind you. Stay right behind him until, obviously, we get the handle on this number 88. And then we'll go right by again, won't we, Phil?
Yeah, how about my buddy Rutledge? You know.
I'm not so sure that was legal.
I don't think it was, and he had a jack stand in his hand as well.
Yeah, when he brought the jack stand in, I knew things had escalated a little bit out of hand, and so I'm glad that he was able to slick there out of Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was a slick move by Rutledge Wood, and now
inside by himself there. Clear behind him, lots of room there.
Biffle was able to now get by, and so we have Jimmy Johnson out in front of the field, and it's Kyle Busch running second. Carl Edwards runs third. The 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s dropped behind that 16 of Greg Biffle, and so we're currently in the 5th spot. Right behind us is that 17 of Matt Kenseth, and then the 1 of Martin Truex Jr. Casey Kane runs 8th. Denny Hamlin is 9th, and 10th is the 20 of Tony Stewart. So that's the way they run the top 10 as we're running on the racetrack. And the 88 backing up just a little bit now.
You know, Rick, I thought that Hermie and Rutledge didn't get along. Remember on a rain fill we had a few races ago that they had a little bit of a competition, and there was some hard feelings there.
Still there, all clear, all clear.
You see the flashback of, oh my goodness, Rutledge Wood claiming victory in the foot race. Hermie Sadler claiming some wrongdoings by the camera operators as they cut him off. I guess that's just the way it works.
We know about the wrongdoings now, don't we?
Obviously, we've figured out what happened there. What we're going to have to figure out is what's going on with the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. now as he restarted this race out in front after a great pit work by that 88 National Guard over the wall team. Got him back out in front of the field for the restart. He was able to hold on to the top spot until lap 47. And lap 48 outwin our teammate Jimmy Johnson in front of us, and now we're dropped back to the 5th spot. So obviously adjustments are going to be made once again.
Free in, tight center, free off.
And that's what they're going to work on. Free in, tight center, free off. We'll be back with more on Hotpass.
3 o'clock, Budweiser Brewmasters in St. Louis taste samples flown in from all 12 of our local breweries to ensure that every Budweiser tastes the same, coast to coast. That's a sweet job.
Hi. Ronnie's phone here. Ronnie's not going to answer because he's a dillweed. See, Ronnie doesn't have AT&T, so he's basically got 0 bars in this dump. So although you've called like 30 times about Motorhead tickets tonight, he's not calling you back.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places. Buy one exclusive slider for only $29.99 and get one free.
The hotter the hot, the colder the cold, the greater the demand, the more you need Duralast. Batteries built to exceed the need. Only at AutoZone.
When it comes to treating frequent heartburn, Prilosec OTC is the only name I trust. My doctor recommends it, so I just know I can count on it for my heartburn, and I won't miss out on life. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
There's a clear difference between Claritin and many allergy medicines.
The difference is Claritin Clear. Claritin gives me powerful relief that won't make me drowsy like Zyrtec can.
In fact, it warns drowsiness may occur right on the label.
Non-drowsy Claritin. Live Claritin Clear.
People say that variety is the spice of life, but sometimes isn't the spice of life really spice? The brand new Spicy Baconator from Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
The Ford F-150 uses 2 closed-loop tow hooks as opposed to the conventional open design, which makes them stronger.
And if the tow hooks are this strong, imagine how strong the rest is.
Ford F-Series, the official truck of NASCAR.
This is Budweiser's unique 7-step brewing process. It's what separates the Great American Lager from your average beer. It's what allows you to enjoy your 2-step process. Open and drink.
Looking for the newest gear for your favorite drivers? Then check out the NASCAR.com Superstore, the official online store of NASCAR with over 15,000 licensed products. Shop now.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the Great American Lager.
Our superstar today is Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 National Guard Chevrolet as he goes by the lap car of Michael Waltrip in that number 55. Again, holding on to the 5th spot, it's still Jimmy Johnson out in front. Then Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle running just in front of us. Matt Kenseth behind us, as well as Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Casey Kane, and Tony Stewart. That means all 4 of your Hotpass hot shots currently in the top 10. Tony Stewart over on channel 798. Jimmy Johnson leading the field. He's up on 797. And Martin Truex Jr. currently running in the 7th spot on channel 795.
That was a great lap that time. Dale Jr. ran a 32.38. The fastest car on the racetrack was Greg Biffle at a 32.35. So that was the fastest lap that Jr. has run in the last few laps.
And Phil, that caution came out on about lap 29, and so after the caution cycled through and the caution laps, we restarted around 41. So he's probably running about 2 seconds slower than when we restarted this race. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so. That's what, and that, you know, that's certainly not an indictment on the tires. It's just as you wear these tires down and you burn the fuel off, the handling on these cars change a little bit. So that's really pretty competitive right now. Again, Dale Jr. is within a couple tenths of a second of the leader just about every lap. That time there, probably about the 3rd fastest car on the racetrack, a little bit quicker than Jimmy Johnson, but obviously sometimes the leader is in a little bit of traffic when Dale Jr. may be able to run a fast lap, because Jimmy Johnson, obviously by leading, is also running some very, very fast laps.
Yeah, and Phil, I mean, you touched on a little bit of the tires there. I think the drivers would like a situation more like what we're seeing now, where it puts a little bit more of the skill back into the driver's hands as opposed to some of the hard tires that maybe they can't get a grip on or a handle on. It seems like this tire wears consistently and puts a little bit more of a competitive edge in the skill of the driver, doesn't it?
Well, it really does, but you have to remember most of the controversy that we were talking about happened in Las Vegas, which is a fairly new surface. This is a mature surface, so the more a surface matures, then the more aggressive Goodyear can be with their tire combinations. So you go to a brand new racetrack with a tremendous amount of grip like you do Las Vegas, you have to have a hard tire to be able to accommodate that. First of all, Goodyear, and most of all, they want to have a safe tire, and then certainly they want to have a very competitive tires that the drivers can race on. But first and foremost, they have to be safe. When you have a new surface, fresh asphalt with a lot of grip, you have to be very, very conservative with your compound and construction.
Conservative, not the word that Dale Earnhardt Jr. uses very often when he's on a racetrack. He's going by some of these lap cars, and actually, amazingly enough, one of our teammates just went a lap down. That was Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon just went a lap down to his teammate. Obviously, Jimmy Johnson in the 48 was able to put him a lap down. Jimmy Johnson leading the field around this racetrack. Again, it's an interactive channel, folks. If you have questions or comments that you would like to make, go ahead and email us at hotpass@directtv.com. Include your name and hometown. You also have the opportunity to be the fan in the booth. Not only can you email us, but if you're going to be at the racetrack, you can go online to find out how to become the fan in the booth, or you can sign up once you get to the racetrack. So all you have to do, if you want to be the fan in the booth, go to hotpass@directtv.com. Give us your name, date of birth, favorite driver, and contact information. Or when you're at the racetrack, you can sign up. We actually have a fan in the booth, and she'll join us right after these messages.
Left here. Morning, gentlemen. So how'd the testing go?
Well, low-quality discount gasolines can leave behind engine gunk.
Hate engine gunk.
I know you do. Well, Shell stop gunky buildup to help engines perform at their best.
Still won't turn right, huh? Not gonna happen.
You're watching NASCAR Hotpass, exclusively on DirecTV.
Hey, Laura, get a load of this.
What is that?
It's my new boat and the fabulous protection plan I bought for it.
There's an easier way to protect your boat. Call Geico. They help insure all types of vehicles.
Geico Power Sports. Insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Never, ever been afraid for somebody in the ring.
6 sides of steel is dangerous. Anything can happen.
You know, hopefully you can find a way to make it out of there alive.
There's a possibility your career is going to be over.
The risk of injury goes from, 50% up to 99%.
TNA Wrestling presents Lockdown, live April 13th on pay-per-view. And don't miss TNA Impact, 2 hours, every Thursday at 9 on Spike.
The Army National Guard is an elite group of warriors who dedicate a portion of their time to serving their nation. It takes hard work, discipline, and teamwork for my team to get into victory lane. Now it's your turn to get your life on the fast track. Call or visit 1-800-GO-GUARD.com today. I am Dale Earnhardt Jr., driver of the AMP Energy National Guard Chevrolet, and you're watching my channel on Hotpass exclusively on DirecTV.
April 16th.
You know how close I am to smacking you?
10 seconds.
That's about right.
The hour before Idol is going to be smoking hot.
Is it 1,000 degrees in here?
I'm amazed there's any moisture left in your body.
Oh my God.
Till Death and Back to You are taking care of business.
What I gotta do is getting done.
Your fly's open.
My life, my fly.
All new episodes of TV's funniest comedies start Wednesday, April 16th on Fox.
Welcome back. The 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. begins to reel in that 16 of Greg Biffle. Again, he's running in the 5th spot. Greg Biffle just in front in 4th.
See Denny Hamlin on pit road, actually exiting pit road right now. So the first one of the Car's running up towards the front to make his way to pit road.
Again, the last time they were on pit road was around lap 29. That was when the caution came out. They came in on lap 30, and we talked about anywhere from 50 to 55 laps they would be able to run on fuel. And so Denny Hamlin, the first onto pit road. We would expect to see Dale Earnhardt Jr. make his way onto pit road here in just a moment. Again, we talked a little bit about our fan in the booth. Stacy Long is joining us here from Beaumont, Texas. And Stacy, now you're from about 5 hours from here, correct?
Correct.
And you come to every race at Texas?
Yes.
Since the racetrack was open?
No, we've been coming the last 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
So you've been here quite a bit. And actually, within 6 years, you didn't actually get to see Dale Jr. win in 2000. But you are a big Dale Jr. fan, right?
Big Dale Jr. fan.
And you had to change your entire wardrobe.
I did.
Was that a tough thing for you?
No, it's okay.
It was all right. I mean, did you have sweatshirts and T-shirts and everything?
Everything.
Going to come this lap. You're going to have to go around them in 3 and 4 here. The 16 is pitting this lap.
So we're hearing Greg Biffle, and that Roush Fenway number 16 is going to make his way onto pit road. Looks as though we're going to stay out. We haven't heard the call yet from Tony Uri Jr. as to what lap he wants to bring him in. And you watch Hotpass when you're at home?
Yes, I do.
And what's your favorite part?
Just, I like the in-car, so you can see how he's driving through the track. And
how about listening? You like to listen in?
I like to listen too.
I think that's the favorite part. My favorite part is being like you're kind of eavesdropping on what's going on. You hear a little more of the strategy.
Well, when we're at the race, we always have the scanners, so we get to hear Junior talking to his crew. So that is kind of nice, being at home and being able to do that also.
Get the same thing, and you signed up actually at the racetrack when you got your fan view. Is that correct?
Correct.
So that's
on Friday.
That is the place where fans, if you come to the racetrack and want to be the fan in the booth, you can sign up at the fan view booths when you get your fan view scanner.
Right.
And you enjoy that, obviously, I'm sure too. Did you know you can get Hotpass on your fan view scanner?
I was told that today. I haven't gotten it out yet, so.
Obviously, because you're in the booth.
Because I'm in the booth. We'll get it out when we get back to our seats.
Excellent. Well, we're hearing now that the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to be coming down pit road next time by.
Next time by. Pit next time by.
There's Tony Uri Jr. giving him that call. Phil, some slight changes. It seems like the car handled a little bit better this time around.
Yeah, it really has.
This time by, 4,000 at the line. 78 nose there. Keep digging.
But Dale Jr. said the right rear is still slipping out from under it, so still a little bit tight. So Tony Jr. said we will continue to work on that car and make it better for you. So Dale Jr. should be coming in this time.
4,000 at the line.
48 just coming off of pit road now. We're coming on to pit road. The 9, who is just behind us on pit road, has already been on pit road.
We'll got a hole coming behind the 8 here.
Come right in behind the 8.
Get away, you're fine. Come on.
Pit stall number 1. And
5 right here. Come on.
Hard left turn, and he's back to
Come on.
Chassis adjustment being made on the right rear.
Oh, you can. Go, go, go. Ice down there for till 2 there. You got a big hole right here.
4-tire stop chassis
Be all
adjustment.
clear to go up there. Nobody coming.
For Dale Earnhardt Jr., he can't blend until he gets out of turn number 2.
Well,
and
either
back
way,
on the
I'll make
backstretch.
up all that ground I'm on.
Junior talking about the ground that he lost not only while they were running under green flag conditions, but then the room that he had to actually slow down a bit for the 8 on pit road made that run on the pit road just a bit longer than usual. They continue to cycle through the green flag pit stops. We're in the 8th spot. We expect to be moving up quickly.
Truck guys will tell you, taking off from a dead stop with 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic. So this half-ton's got massive torque, a 6-speed tranny with tow haul mode, and 4 oversized disc brakes. Because stopping 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic either. Available on the full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
Hey, buddy.
Who are you guys?
Matt Anderson, Phil Rose.
Coke brand. Are you with the Coke or Coke Zero?
Coke brand.
People don't understand that Coke Zero infringed on our taste.
We can't have Coke Zero in the winner's circle, being hoisted for that traditional drink.
These Coke Zero guys are taste infringers. They're soda pirates.
Would you be willing to throw a race?
I don't think so. No, it's all about winning in our sport.
Maybe it's trying to win third. Yeah, maybe it's trying to win fifth.
Teach the kids of America it's okay to be 27th. You try.
What you're coming up with is preposterous.
Let's back off the word throw. What if you enjoyed the track for longer than the other competitors?
Yeah, let's look at it as track enjoyment.
Let's put it positive.
You're a legend. You don't have to prove anything.
You don't have to prove anything. Maybe now's the time to stop and smell the roses, but on the track. Then nobody will really associate Coke Zero with Victory Lane.
Probably get us suspended.
Well, Tony, come on, you're pretty comfortable with that.
At these speeds, I can't risk an allergy medicine that can put my head in a fog.
I only drive Claritin Clear.
Claritin won't make me drowsy, and nothing works better at giving me powerful, non-drowsy relief from all my worst allergy symptoms for 24 hours.
Only Claritin is proven to make me as alert and focused as someone without allergies.
So I can react fast.
For me, non-drowsy Claritin's the only way to go when I get behind the wheel. Live Claritin Clear.
Try Claritin Ready Tabs, the fastest dissolving allergy tablets. Just touch it to your tongue and like magic, it's gone.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, now in pocket size. Live radio broadcasts, live team chatter, and real-time stats. Introducing NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile. Only from Sprint and only on the Now Network. Get a Sprint phone and download it free with any data plan. Then let the battle come to you.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy Cokeness. By Toyota, moving forward. And by non-drowsy Claritin Allergy Products.
Jimmy Johnson still leading. Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. The Samsung 500 continuing at the Great American Speedway. A beautiful day for racing, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. was out in front of the field early on, led the first 13 laps, then got back in front on lap 31, led to lap 47. This most recent pit stop came in, and he was running a little bit higher than he is now, and currently dropped back to the 7th position. Was just able to get by the one of Martin Truex Jr. As we continue to work around this racetrack, difficult racetrack to stay up with the leader. Right now we're 10 seconds behind race leader Jimmy Johnson. It's Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Greg Biffle just in front of us in 6th. Then Dale Earnhardt Jr., Martin Truex Jr. in 8th.
Outside there, still there.
Tony Stewart in the 9th spot. There are 22 cars on the lead lap. That means Jimmy Johnson as well as Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. have been setting a pretty blistering pace as they've been able to put quite a few cars one lap down already early in this race. Again, joining us in the booth, our fan in the booth, Stacy Long out of Beaumont, Texas. Do you make it to other racetracks? I know that obviously you live in Texas, so this is probably one that you feel comfortable driving to, but is there other racetracks that you go to?
I haven't been to any others, no.
How about racetracks you'd like to go to?
I'd love to go to Daytona and Talladega.
Well, you mentioned when we were at commercial that you'd like to just travel along with us. Is that,
I would.
I mean, is that something?
Let's go.
You could just be a part of the booth.
There you go.
The broadcast booth. We'll just have Stacy Long joining us.
All clear.
When I was in high school, my parents took us to the races in Bryan, Texas.
Yeah.
And that's where I started my love of NASCAR right then.
And what?
We must be running all right, though. Hey, you're doing fair. I mean, leaders in 95, you're running a 93 and a 98.
Dale Jr. just moments
The
ago.
two guys there in front of you are 32-29.
He made the comment
I come
earlier.
to you if it's late, spot the field about 6 seconds on me. Kind of a screwed up deal having on pit road. Just you have to stop down there and get behind them guys and all that. So just stay positive. We ain't even to lap 100 yet.
A lot of racing still to go. Dale Jr. made the comment.
I'm good. Oh, you think that right, boy.
He said we made a lot of changes to this race car, and how come it's not handling any better? And then
Probably do some track bar on the next stop. Does that work a little bit better than the bite? We done the bite the other day in practice. It was big, so it didn't seem like it was that big today.
his tone has changed just a bit now as we're closing in on the 100th lap of this 334
May have
lap
unloaded the
race.
sway bar or something like that, so we'll just stay with the track bar a little bit. It does about the same thing. Yeah, I'm not sure you ever loaded.
Again, we have team communications between Tony Uri Jr., our crew chief, TJ Majors, the spotter, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they talk about the way the car is running as he gets by that 16 to take 6th away from Greg Biffle and closing in on the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He's
Remember,
running in
Rick,
the 5th spot.
We saw Denny Hamlin, the first one of our lead cars on pit road. That's what got him ahead of us because he had those fresh tires. I watched his lap times right after he came back on the racetrack. And for 2 or 3 laps, he ran a second faster than everyone else that had not pitted yet. So that pitting short, like Mike Ford did with Denny Hamlin, allowed him to gain some valuable track position. But the only problem is with that, if we continue to go green, then he's going to have to pit early again because we pitted after he did. But short term, that was a pretty nice fix for Denny Hamlin to gain him a little track position.
Denny Hamlin starting this race in the 14th spot, so he was able to, with pit strategy, break into the top 10, and he's ran fairly well even in the top 5 as he's got that 5th position right now. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. bearing down on his back bumper and about to take the spot away. Again, we have Stacy Long with us in the booth. Stacy, you were just talking about as a child your parents would bring you to the racetrack. Now, did you learn about vehicles at that time? Do you know about cars and do you understand when they're talking about them?
Somewhat.
So do you change your own oil? Do you tune up your car? You let somebody else do that?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You look like you could maybe work on your car if you wanted to.
If I wanted to.
But you don't.
But
hey, Rick, I have somebody change my oil too, and I know how to do it as well. That's
questionable still, Phil. Some people say drivers aren't too aware of what goes on under the hood. Is that true in your case, Phil?
No, that is not true. I've worked on these things my whole life. So, I've been around a lot of smart people and learned a lot from them over the years.
You may have changed some oil on a few taxi cabs in your life too.
I definitely changed the oil on a lot of taxi cabs. A lot of the same taxi cabs over and over and over again too.
The family business. So the Parsons family, as Phil grew up in the Detroit area, in the taxi cab business. So a lot of time under the hood there and working on those vehicles, and that transition into racing on the big track, following in his brother's footsteps as Benny Parsons made a name for himself in ARCA and then in NASCAR. Phil followed right along, and obviously Phil with a Cup victory at Talladega, and we're very lucky to be able to have him part of this broadcast team, as well as Stacy Long with us here in the booth, the fan in the booth today from Texas Motor Speedway.
Outside, all clear, all clear.
Closing in on the 1/3 mark of this race. Again, starting up front, grabbing the pole on Friday. Stacy grabbed the pole when you were here. You were able to witness that. Was that pretty exciting in the stands?
Oh, it was great. It was the best thing.
Were you one of the ones who jumped up and were screaming as his number went to the top of the scoring pylon? I
was screaming. It was incredible.
Are you a boisterous fan? Do you yell when he goes by?
At home.
At home? You yell at home?
I do.
You yell at the TV? Very good.
A lot. Yeah.
You don't yell at us ever, do you?
No.
When you're listening, you don't
Of course not.
be like, Rick, what are you talking about? You don't do that?
Well, now I might start emailing you then.
That's good. No, but I text.
That's what I say. That's what I say, Rick. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. That's right. Phil's job is to yell at me. Rick, what are you talking about? Well, we appreciate you being able to come up here and join us, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning into Hotpass and being a part of the action. We're glad that
all clear.
you were enjoying the broadcast and enjoying being part of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Nation.
Definitely.
And I like the shirt. I think it's a perfect fit.
Thank you.
You're very
Got
good.
a sweatshirt in my bag.
You got
for
the
later.
sweatshirt in your bag just in case. We've got great weather here, so hopefully the sweatshirt won't have to come out. But obviously the white and green taking over for the red that used to be in the grandstands a year ago.
Definitely.
And that was the amazing transformation that took place. It used to be a red sea that was across in the grandstand area, and now it's speckled with white and green.
I made that comment earlier when we got here. It's all you see are 88s in Earnhardt.
Isn't that
Just
amazing?
everybody.
I think
It
I heard a
is.
fact at one point in time that of the merchandise
Very nice lap.
that gets sold, 75%, maybe over 75% of it is that 88.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
And so again, thank you, Stacy Long, for joining us from Beaumont, Texas. We're going to slip away to commercial break and be back with more racing from Texas Motor Speedway.
This is 5-1 Delta Charlie. Approaching the target. 5-1 Delta Charlie. Hold your position.
With best-in-class payload, Ford F-150 was built to handle anything you can throw at it. But hitting the bed of a pickup with 30,000 pounds of force doesn't prove anything. Driving away does. Ford F-150. Now that's tough.
For a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2008 Ford F-150s. Hurry, offer ends April 30th.
Where can you find me? At the intersection of gas prices cannot get any higher, and guess what? Gas prices just got higher. You know that place where you're swapping 4 wheels for 2? Oh man, I'm there.
State Farm can get you back behind the wheel by saving you hundreds on car insurance. And you can pay your way with a plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Nice pants, Jim.
Thank you, Sheila.
Our computer is all business. We shoot these videos for clients. Search the internet for cool designs. Organize a ton of paperwork. And my sons, they've downloaded like 1 million songs. We've got every crazy idea we've ever thought of. And some have turned into really great rides.
HP XW8600 workstation with dual-core Intel Xeon processor.
The hotter the hot, the colder the cold, the greater the demand, the more you need Duralast. Batteries built to exceed the need. Built to last. Only at AutoZone.
When it comes to treating frequent heartburn, Prilosec OTC is the only name I trust. My doctor recommends it, so I just know I can count on it for my heartburn, and I won't miss out on life. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
People say that variety is the spice of life, but sometimes isn't the spice of life really spice? The brand new Spicy Baconator from Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. Pit stops completed after this caution flag. Matt Kenseth wins the race off pit road. Jeff Gordon was hustling his car trying to keep from going a second lap down, and it got away from him and into the turn 4 wall. That's what's put us under the second caution flag of the day.
13.5. Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. You see that 1.5-mile racetrack. Upper right-hand corner of your screen.
Back there, you'll be all clear here.
We're going to take a look at what took place with that 24. Sliding coming out of turn 4, makes it all the way up, hits the wall, slaps the right side of that car, and then the hard left turn onto pit road as they will have to go to work on that 24 Chevrolet. They've been struggling all day, weren't on the lead lap. The field came onto pit road. You were able to see that live, even though we were at commercial break. 17 of Matt Kenseth was able to get out in front of the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, and then as Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, and the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. has moved back into the top 5, running in the 5th spot now.
You know, Matt Kenseth was 4th when the caution flag came out. I just wonder if he possibly might have taken 2 tires, Rick, because he came off pit road a good bit in front of Jimmy Johnson and the other guys here. Dale Jr.'s guys had a great job, did a great pit stop, 13.1, held serve, came in 4th, came out 5th. But I wonder about that 17 car and possibly 2 tires.
We'll try to check into that and figure out what happened. But would you make that? I would think that would be a huge gamble to only do a 2-tire stop after they already had probably around 20 to 25 laps on their tires coming into this. So almost a half of a fuel run of tire wear already. Would you do just a 2-tire stop,
Phil?
Phil?
To the line this time. You have a lot of lap cars on the inside this time.
It's nice to know what that might do later in the race. So you may, it may be a test for those guys to see how good those 2 tires will do and how long they'll last in relationship to the guys that have changed 4 tires. So we saw yesterday in the nationwide race, a lot of cars come down pit road with about 10 laps to go, and they had about 7, 8 green flag laps, and nobody was able to do anything with Kyle Busch, who stayed on the racetrack. So it's a pretty good gamble to make early. You don't have to make it late and not really know what you're up against.
Yeah, Phil, and the other thing is they had 2 stops already. So they were able to come in on lap 30 and again on lap 85. So they have a pretty good idea of how the tires are wearing. And so, as you mentioned, a good idea to do early on in this race.
Cars coming up the inside here.
And it's not always about tire wear. It's about how much give up, how much fall off. You know, you talked about the guys running a couple of seconds slower than maybe what they ran at the very beginning of the race. Well, you know, those guys were able to run a second faster when it did a full run. When we saw Denny Hamlin, the first car to come to pit road on those green flag pit stops, was able to run a second faster for a few laps.
24 lost it, and the 5 was lucky dog.
And when you change 2 tires, obviously you will close that gap up some. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that 17 car on this restart.
You just heard Dale Jr. saying, "Get me through this traffic."
10-4.
So confidence coming from the 88 team and the driver behind the wheel, Dale Earnhardt Jr. saying, "Get me through the traffic," knowing he's going to be moving up toward the front, and also knowing, starting in the 5th spot, that there are actually 9 cars that will be somewhat in front of him. So he'll be on the outside of the 5th row when we come to get the green flag as we come out of turn 4.
All right, get ready. Get ready. Okay. One inside. Just one inside there.
Good
just
run.
29 there.
Great run on Kyle Busch. He comes
all
right up
clear,
on
the cleared by 2.
Back bumper.
Inside there at your door. Still inside there, the 29 car. You're pulling him. All clear. All clear.
Back
all
down.
Clear.
Back down to the bottom of the racetrack now as he gets behind that 22 of Dave Blaney being scored a lap down.
Clear by 3. Good job.
Getting 4 fresh tires on that 88 National Guard Chevrolet. Will feel very good for a few laps as he's going to, as he mentioned to TJ Majors, try to get through this traffic. Doesn't want to be mired behind the slower lap traffic for too long, as he wants to continue to compete for spots on the racetrack. But he has to compete with guys like Kyle Busch, who has been able to clear this 22 and get by that race car on the restart, and Junior has to deal with him now. Talk about the different adjustments that are made to the race car when they come in on pit road. We had an email
outside at your door, at your bumper. All clear. All clear.
Email came to us from Andy out of Miami, Florida, and asked, you talk about the track bar. What's the track bar?
It's actually a rod that goes from the trailing arm on the left side, which hooks to the frame, and then it actually hooks right to the frame on the right side, and that controls the rear roll center of that car. When you lower that track bar on the right side, which is the only adjustment you have during the race, that should theoretically make the car a little bit tighter. You raise the track bar on the right side, that should make the car a little bit looser. That's the second time that Tony Jr. has lowered the track bar, and he's done it 2 rounds, 2 different times, so he's trying to tighten that car up a little bit, but that's essentially, that track bar keeps the rear end aligned, keeps the rear end from sliding back and forth, and also it's a handling tool as well. It changes the rear roll center, which is the axis about which the car rolls, which is very, very complicated. Pretty hard for me to understand, much less explain.
Well, I liked your explanation. I think it was very good. It helps with the tight or loose conditions of the race car, and as you mentioned, they were trying to tighten it up. Junior's been talking about it being a loose race car with the exception of the center of the corner. So Tony Eury Jr. making track bar adjustments. Also, there's been talk about wedge that has come from one of our emailers, and could you talk a little bit about wedge, Phil?
Yeah, that's essentially moving weight around. This car full of fuel weighs 3,400 pounds. When you change the wedge, all you're doing is changing the weight on individual wheels. In other words, if the car was loose, then you would want to back off the rear jack screw on the right-hand side. That would actually give you more wedge, and that would put more weight on the left rear tire, less weight on the right rear tire, and that should also tighten the car up as well. Tony Jr. did that on the second pit stop, but according to Dale Jr., that didn't really help the car that much. So that's why Tony Jr. went back to the track bar on their most recent pit stop and adjusted that, because the wedge did not seem to be doing as much as they thought it would.
The other thing you have to remember when you're watching and hearing.
Made a good difference there. If anything, I wish it would turn just a tick in the center better. Right.
Those are the words that Tony Jr. wanted to hear right there.
Still y'all too much on the engine of turn 1, but turn 3 it doesn't.
Positive reinforcement from Dale Earnhardt Jr. talking about making the right adjustments to this race car to make it better. Again, if you're listening in and you want to know a little bit more about wedge and track bar and things, the one thing you have to remember is when you affect something on the right rear tire, so if you make some adjustment on the right rear of the car, it will also affect the left front. There's an X that goes through the car. So if you adjust something on the left rear, that also makes a difference to the right front of the race car. So
yeah, essentially you can do the same thing. If you want to put wedge in a car, you would back off the right rear jack screw, back off the left front.
Good job.
And conversely, if you wanted to put wedge in, take wedge out of a car, you would screw down the right rear jack screw, screw down the left front jack screw. It's so much more difficult to adjust the front jack screws because it would take so much more time, because the tire changer would physically have to do that. He would have to reach in as he's changing tires with a ratchet and move that jack screw. That's why the changes are made on the rear of the car, on the rear wedge bolts, and on the track bar.
There was an early adjustment that made that tight in the center happen. If you want to kind of look back.
again, we heard that track bar adjustment on lap 30. Dale Jr. had mentioned that it was loose in and loose off, but tight in the center. So Tony Eury Jr. will go back to his notes. Obviously, he's got Tom Stewart and Darian Grubb up there on the pit box with him. Those engineers will talk about adjustments that they need to still make.
Yeah, and that may be a situation, Rick, where they may take that wedge out that Tony Jr. put in on the second pit stop, because it didn't really seem to help the looseness. And that should help that tightness through the center of the corner. So Tony Jr. may decide to go ahead and take that wedge back out. But there's also other things he can do with air pressure and, again, in other areas of the car.
They've been on pit road 3 times. There have been 2 cautions today. The first one coming out on lap 29 when Michael Waltrip got spun around, turned around. It was a single car incident that brought out the first caution. The second one was our teammate Jeff Gordon, as he has struggled today with his number 24 DuPont Chevrolet on lap 109 coming out of turn 4. He got a little bit loose. The back end came around and he backed it into the wall in turn 4. So there was some body damage that took place there.
Straight away to 11 if you want to look around here.
TJ Majors letting him know you can run a few different spots on the racetrack to feel it out. We're going to break. We'll be right back with more racing from Texas after this.
Don't be alarmed. I'm going to sneak up on the internet. It's been hiding out here forever, and no one can find it except me and my AT&T Laptop Connect card. Was it Lewis and Clark with a sack full of compasses? No, it was me on a dirt road with mobile broadband speed, accessing the customer's database, confirming their orders. La-di-da.
The internet can't hide anymore. Get the AT&T Laptop Connect card for free and work in more places worldwide than anyone else. AT&T, your world delivered.
Wow, we got Allstate safe driving bonus checks. I'm thinking spa. I'm thinking sponsorship opportunity.
Anything else?
I said, can I get you ladies anything else?
I think we're satisfied.
Introducing the Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check. Earn it by driving safe for 6 months. Spend it however you want. Are you in good hands?
These aren't just our guests. These are our neighbors. So we don't just make them appetizers, we make them Applebee's Ultimate Trios. Choose 3 of our most killer apps for one low price. Like tangy citrus teriyaki wings, crispy panko-crusted dynamite shrimp, even our all-Angus mini bacon cheeseburgers. Ultimate Trios. This grillin' bar is raising the bar. Applebee's. It's a whole new neighborhood.
Hey, fellas, check this out. First time I saw her, she set my world, she set my world to reeling. And as the years go by for this country guy, well, we never lost the feeling. With this Billy Goat, I played my last note, I can't wait to get home. Viva Viagra.
Talk to your doctor about Viagra, America's most prescribed treatment for erectile dysfunction. Learn more at Viagra.com.
Viva Viagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease in vision or hearing.
Viva Viagra.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Viagra. By Dish Network. Never miss your favorite shows with a Dish DVR. And by Allstate.
Tight. In the center of the stick. Now, don't get the loose down. Make it a little bit here.
Listening to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Talking to Tony Uri Jr. Now the third caution of the day has come out.
Back to the right rear already did. Did you already do that? No, we still got it out. I was going to play with the front. I got a half a pound in the right front, and I took a pound out in the left front, so I think I'm going to put a half pound in the left front. All right. That's not going to help me. I'm going to be loose in worse, and it's going to take my power down off. Need something for the center of the corner. I don't know. I thought putting the right rear air back in it would give me the feel I want getting in. Might help the center. Pit road's open. Open, 4,000.
Back on pit road for the 4th time, currently running in the 5th spot. Be our 3rd time under caution. We come in for adjustments to the 88 Chevrolet.
Right, 10 away. Going. Here we go. 3 away, go. Straight, go, straight. You got that 18.
Another good stop. Under 13 seconds is what the clock says for the over-the-wall crew.
Great job. We heard TJ said, or Tony Jr. said, you got that 18 at the line. That's one of the benefits of being in this first pit stall. You're able to pull out then. Whoever gets to that line first gets the position. So good job by these guys.
We'll find out how it all shakes out when we come back to Texas Motor Speedway after these messages.
He's got a tick.
Introducing the fastest accelerating, most agile side-by-side in the world. The new Ranger RZR. The wait is over. Razor sharp side-by-side performance. See it up close at your local Polaris Ranger dealer. And for a limited time, get 3.99% financing for 72 months on Polaris Ranger RZR.
My best friend and me. My best friend and me. He's really smart. He's really funny. He sells bikes and he saves people money. My best friend. My best friend and me.
Geico Motorcycle. Let's ride.
I guess I'll take it from here.
Just don't leak any fluid on me.
The inside of a race car can feel as hot as the Sahara. How does Dale Jr. overcome it? Energy Focus Control. Amp yourself.
I got some breath mints if you want them. I'm just saying.
Oh, could everyone please aim their remote at one of these slow images? Now pick a fast one. Excellent. You've now demonstrated for yourself the difference between DSL and Roadrunner High Speed Online. Add all these extra features over our advanced fiber network, and you'll see why Roadrunner zooms past DSL every time.
Call Time Warner Cable for special savings on Roadrunner High Speed Online. Don't delay. Call today. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
You're watching NASCAR Hotpass, exclusively on DirecTV.
Gear for your favorite drivers? Then check out the NASCAR.com Superstore, the official online store of NASCAR with over 15,000 licensed products. Shop now.
Cleaning up in Fort Worth after this third caution of the day. Let's get down to Jeff Hammond, who earlier filed this State Farm safety report.
You're watching the race and your favorite driver gets a speeding penalty. Well, the first thing...
DirecTV and their hospitality. And you see the fans on top of that hauler as they are enjoying this race from Texas Motor Speedway. Take a look at the race off of pit road. Matt Kenseth in the 48, Jimmy Johnson, and then look at how close right there. Dale Earnhardt Jr. able to get by in front.
How I can shoot it the best I can.
Of that 18 of Kyle Busch. And so we come out third after a great pit stop by the over-the-wall crew of this 88 team. TJ Majors just made the comment, coming back to the green.
Pace car's in there. All right, get ready. Ready. Great. Still just one inside there, the 22 car. Still there, it's your bumper, 22 car. Still there. Still inside there. All clear.
Kyle Busch, a little friendly tap there on the backstretch.
Outside there. Outside.
We try to look to the inside on 42.
All clear there.
Most recent caution coming out for debris on lap 133. Again, it's Matt Kenseth in front of the field, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch just in front of us, then Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin rounding out your top five.
That 42 car of Juan Pablo Montoya is racing the 29 of Kevin Harvick to try to be in position to be that lucky dog. That's why he's trying so hard. As you can see, Kyle Busch drive by on the inside. Dale Jr. will follow suit here momentarily.
Juan Pablo Montoya trying to hold on to that spot as he battles back on the high side of the racetrack. It's a dead heat down the backstretch, Phil.
Yeah, that's really frustrating though for Kyle Busch. He knows the situation. He knows he's trying to race to be the lucky dog, but still, you don't want to race somebody that's a lap down that hard. See, obviously Kyle had to back off and get in behind that 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yeah, Kyle got a little bit loose there coming out of turn 4 and headed into the tri-oval. Had to check up. Dale Jr. right on his back bumper, and now Kyle Busch trying to make the pass once again as they go down the backstretch.
Looks like he's able to clear him this time. Let's see if he can keep the power down. Dale Jr. going to try to follow
Still
down.
outside there. All clear. All clear.
You hear the good words from TJ. All clear.
So get by the slower lap traffic of Juan Pablo Montoya in that Texaco 42. And now trying to cling to the back bumper of that 18 of Kyle Busch.
Almost did a Michael McDowell right there. Whew.
It's become infamous now what Michael McDowell did on Friday. Dale Jr. must have got a little bit loose getting into turn number 1. McDowell got loose.
Trying to spin out down there, getting into 1. That's weird. How it does that. Like the right rear, like the rear is towed out. Nice.
That may have had something to do with it.
I don't think we're going to fix it. Don't worry about it. Still, you make it real bad on me.
The 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya could have been some air from his car that made it a little bit worse that lap. But we saw at the very beginning of the show what happened when Michael McDowell was qualifying. Essentially got loose getting down in the corner. Turned the car to the right to try to catch it. The car caught and away it went. Look at the top left of your screen. You watch Junior get a little bit loose down there. Actually, the 42 was not that close to him, but he was in the tire tracks of the 18. But a very anxious moment. The problem is when you get loose like that, your natural tendency is to turn that thing back to the right a little bit to try to catch it. But when that thing catches, you better be ready for it and turn back to the left almost before it catches, because that thing will turn around back to the right, hit into the outside wall like Michael McDowell did. We saw what happened when that happened on Friday.
4.5 seconds the difference between race leader Matt Kenseth and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Lap 167 is the halfway point.
Well, okay. It's too loose in now.
Back to the loose in condition that Junior has fought today.
Power down a little bit less. Still okay though. Center is still tight.
Like it jumped out on him there as he was going through turn 4.
Clear by 1 over the 11 there.
11 looking to the inside now.
Inside. All clear.
A little higher line. And Phil, you talked about the overcorrecting. That's exactly what happened when Michael McDowell overcorrected going through turn number 1. Let's look again at what took place on Friday when Michael McDowell was on his second lap of qualifying. In your upper left-hand corner of your screen, this is coming into turn number 1. And as you'll see, the back end kicks out and he immediately turns right, and that sent him right into the safer barrier.
Yeah, that was an incredibly hard hit, and that's the fastest part of the racetrack. Obviously, as you enter that corner, got a little bit loose, like Dale Jr. talked about just a few moments ago. When that thing wiggled, Michael tried to catch it, and when that thing finally grabbed, it turned
Clear
dead
back over
right.
the 99 now.
It almost even turned around more because he actually hit the wall left front first, which is pretty unusual, but a hard hit and a horrible ride for Michael McDowell. But as we saw at the very beginning of the show, great to see him walk out of that thing and racing here today.
Carl Edwards now looking a little bit low on the racetrack.
There. Inside. The 11 trying to come with him. Got a hole behind the 11 here. All clear. I got a real 3. Big. What to do?
Junior talking about being loose in the race car. Back end's kicking out on him.
Rick, it's really hard to
Turn
explain.
your right front blower off. See if it pits off the right front. The blower ain't on. Got the left one on? No blowers, no blowers. All right, turn the left front one on. Cool, keep the left front cool. That way the right front builds up.
They have blowers that they blow on these tires.
Switch, top row, inside.
Tony Jr. told Dale Jr. to turn that blower out on the left front. That'll cool it off a little bit. That should put a little more heat in that right front tire. That should tighten that car up a little bit, maybe entering and exiting the corner.
So Junior now running in the 6th spot. It's Matt Kenseth out in front of Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin, then us. Martin Truex Jr. behind us. Tony Stewart runs 8th. Greg Biffle 9th. And coming into the picture now is that 07 of Clint Boyer. Little frustration now in the voice of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as these most recent changes have taken the car that he thought was pretty good and very, very close the last time they were on pit road. And obviously now not handling the way he would like it to, and maybe a little bit further from correct than he was looking for. Matt Kenseth had a good car today. He's been out in front of this field quite a few laps. Jimmy Johnson has led laps. We've been out in front twice. Led the first 13 laps and then led laps from 31 to 47. Also out front, Martin Truex Jr. led a couple. And Kyle Busch has been in front of the field. So Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr. all Hotpass drivers have been in front here at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll be back with more racing right after this.
In the last 3 months, there's a lot's changed for me. Starting with my team, the colors on my car, my sponsors, garage, the suit, even my number changed. It's gonna change my future. From the day I started driving, I know one thing that sure hasn't changed. Chevy, built to last, built to love.
30 minutes, great. Hey, Domino's.
Hey.
Guess what I did with my 30 minutes? 30-minute naps? Uh-huh.
Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
Here it comes.
The Domino's NASCAR meal deal.
You got a large one-topping pizza.
You got your choice of chicken.
You got 2 20-ounce bottles of Coke Zero.
You got it all for $19.99.
Domino's.
You got 30 minutes.
Hi, Michael. This is Nellie.
Get the good stuff.
She knows I only buy Napa parts. That's great. And when I cheer for you during the races, she repeats everything I say.
Number 55, baby. Come on, Michael, speed up. What the freak, Michael? The gas is on the right.
I don't know where she gets this stuff.
It's called the draft limit.
I know I should have gotten a dog. What's the matter with you?
I guess I'll take it from here.
Just don't leak any fluid on me.
The inside of a race car can feel as hot as the Sahara. How does Dale Jr. overcome it? Energy, focus, control. Amp yourself.
I got some breath mints if you want them. I'm just saying.
It's now the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.
Let's go racing, boy.
The Sprint Cup Series continues in prime time with the Subway Fresh Fit 500, Saturday in HD, only on Fox.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Sprint. Welcome to the 2008 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Speed is beautiful.
Little Dwight Yoakam here from Fort Worth, Texas. Take a look at your Hotpass hot shots after 160 of 334 laps, closing in on that halfway point. Jimmy Johnson running second, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 6th, Martin Truex Jr. 7th. Tony Stewart is running 8th. So Hotpass hot shots faring well today. Like to see one of them get up into the lead spot, which we'd love to see that 88 find victory lane once again here at Texas Motor Speedway, where he was able to win his first ever Sprint Cup Series race. In the month of April, which is Autism Awareness Month, a portion of all proceeds from merchandise purchased on TNAWrestling.com will benefit the Hermie and Elliott Sadler Foundation, which supports numerous autism awareness projects. To purchase TNA Wrestling merchandise, log on to www.tnawrestling.com. And make sure to check out the event that is taking place here very soon. 6 Sides of Steel, the cage match that is taking place in April. And you won't want to miss it. All that information available to you on www.tnawrestling.com. You can also log into the www.sadlerfoundation.org if you'd like more information about that organization. Again, started off the show today with the TNA Wrestling pre-race show. Talked a little bit about that pay-per-view wrestling match that's coming up very soon. Of course,
did you see Hermie put me in a headlock?
I was going to say, and we also, our broadcast partner, Hermie Sadler,
Good job.
involved in not only autism awareness, but also the wrestling venue. And I was a little bit surprised that he was able to sneak up and put that headlock on you, Phil.
Yeah, then I had to break out of it, and then my old buddy Rutledge Wood came along with a jack stand and tried to hit me with that. I just don't know what to say.
I'm not so sure buddy is probably the right term for Rutledge Wood. He kind of put you in a little bit of a predicament there when he brought the jack stand in.
Yeah, I'd like to get him in the cage, I'll tell you that.
I'm not so sure if I'd like to see that. You and Rutledge in a cage match. I think Rutledge could make you laugh to death.
Mike, I believe I could take him if I had to.
Riding around Texas Motor Speedway on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Stacy Long talked about this being one of her favorite parts of Hot Pass, being able to ride shotgun with the drivers. Stacy Long, our fan in the booth today, and you can be the fan in the booth as well if you come to the racetrack or go to Hotpass at directtv.com and sign up. Give us your name, date of birth.
The timing center is no better, but it is unhooked the back really bad. 10-4.
So difficulties for Dale Earnhardt Jr. after the most recent stop, his 4th pit stop.
Up into the corner and off, it's the worst it's been.
So they'll have to make a change back to get it back to the way it was handling earlier.
That variety is the spice of life. But sometimes, isn't the spice of life really spice? The brand new Spicy Baconator from Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
It's an automotive breakthrough. It's ZNet, newly expanded and only at AutoZone. ZNet gives AutoZoners the power to find the right part faster with diagrams, photos, and instructions so you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Improved ZNet, only at AutoZone.
The Ford F-150 uses 2 closed-loop tow hooks as opposed to the conventional open design, which makes them stronger.
And if the tow hooks are this strong, imagine how strong the rest is.
For a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2008 Ford F-150s. Hurry, offer ends April 30th.
When it comes to powerful congestion relief, my choice is Clear. I get Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
Some allergy decongestants change their formulas. Claritin D chose not to change.
For terrible sinus pressure, my choice is Clear. Claritin D.
Nothing works stronger, faster, or longer to relieve your worst allergy symptoms, including congestion and sinus pressure, without drowsiness.
For the worst allergies, I want a product with the best decongestant. My choice is Clear. Claritin D.
Get Claritin D at the pharmacy counter. Still no prescription needed.
Live Claritin Clear.
Problem. People everywhere are hooking up their new flat screens to DirecTV, and they are blown away with the picture on all their amazing HD channels. Solution. We go viral. We get on the net, and we blog it out. Ta-da! We're up 800% among suburban tweens. Who just saved Q3?
Switch today and get the most HD channels anywhere. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Why does Casey Kane and the Budweiser racing team wake up at 4 a.m. on a Sunday? Why does he wear a fire suit in 100-degree heat? And why is he willing to squeeze this car through that tiny space?
Why do we do all this? So we can all get together for a cold bath.
Budweiser, the great American lager.
Break down the door. It hurts my shoulder when I break down the door.
Monday, April 14th, Bones is back.
You are ogling that woman. That does not help the investigation.
With all new episodes.
The guitar string could definitely be the murder weapon.
Because it cut the cheese?
Bones returns on a new night, Monday, April 14th on Fox.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by the Ford F-150. Built Ford tough.
100. Continue to run in the 6th spot. 9.7 seconds behind race leader Matt Kenseth. Get a great shot from the DirecTV HD Starship. That's where today's aerial shots are coming from. 1-800-DIRECTV. Obviously, if you are watching Hotpass, you have DirecTV. Unless you're in a establishment that is making this available, and if you're not a current subscriber, make sure to call 1-800-DIRECTV or go online to directtv.com. Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting this race out in front, currently running in the 6th spot. The last pit stop was on lap 133. We've been on pit road 4 times now. There's been 3 cautions, the last one for debris on lap 132. First caution was Michael Waltrip. Second one was our teammate Jeff Gordon. He actually made some contact with the wall, and that sent him in. Speaking of contact with the wall,
on the back stretch here.
Looks like the 96 J.J. Yaley into the wall.
Undo that.
Junior said, undo that. He did not like what was done to the race car the last time they were on pit road, which was 43 laps ago. So the team getting ready to go back over the wall. As you see the replay up in the upper right-hand corner, J.J. Yaley. A lot of damage to the left front of that car.
I know Dale Jr. wanted to get to pit road so they could adjust on this car, but you never want to see a caution flag come out for something like that. It sure would much rather be a debris caution. So pretty hard hit by JJ there, it looks like.
Safety crews.
Got the extra man for the windshield driver here. Right. Pit road is open.
You see the previous pit stop times today. That green flag pit stop, the second one of the day, on lap 85, where they had a little bit longer of a stop. And then some pretty consistent stops after that. The 13.1 and the 12.8.
That 11, 10 stalls away from yours. You're going to come around the 11. You'll be 10 away.
Saw Dale Jr. had to follow those lap cars until he made his way to pit road. The lap cars have to wait, hit the next time by. Now he was able to close up right on the rear bumper of Denny Hamlin, who's running in the 5th spot.
So as Matt Kenseth is on pit road having service done to his car.
5 away, left, right, come on.
See how the pit crew does here. They've been able to gain some spots for Junior on pit road. Let's see if they can do it one more time. Right side change is done.
Yeah, Adam Emmert's our front tire changer. DJ Richardson, our rear tire changer. Matt Myers carries our rear tire. Carries that front tire. Good stop. Good stop.
They were almost 4 wide as they came off of pit road. Another great stop, 13.3 on lap 177.
You know, it's amazing. You come down pit road and
29 car, he's middle 1 and 2.
Some guys pit at the other end of pit road, some in the middle, and you come down here at the very end and you split off from everybody, and then when you get ready to go again, there they all are, right back there with you.
And so we'll shake out how they will line up when we restart right after these messages.
Inside those headphones is something familiar, a battery. And if you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When even the firefighters have to get out, fire departments all over the world now depend on the T-Pass 3 communicator. And packed inside is the only battery T-Pass trusts, Duracell. So whether it's music to your ears or the signal that could save you, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Everything okay, Carl?
I'm winning, right?
Yeah, but the other drivers think Aflac sponsorship's giving you an advantage.
Well, if you're sick and you can't work, Aflac pays cash fast to help keep you in the race.
I know, but they see it a little differently.
I taught him that.
Aflac, proud sponsor of NASCAR and Carl Edwards.
I'm Tony Stewart, and I race for the Home Depot. There I was, a NASCAR rookie with a white race car. We tried a lot of colors. Maybe we should do a faux finish or sponging. The Home Depot really saved my career.
I just think you need something bolder than eggplant.
Bolder than eggplant?
Like this one.
Bright orange?
It says, look at me, I'm fast.
We picked orange.
And Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag.
These aren't just our guests, these are our neighbors. So we don't just make them appetizers, we make them Applebee's Ultimate Trios. Choose 3 of our most killer apps for one low price. Like tangy citrus teriyaki wings, crispy panko crusted dynamite shrimp, even our all Angus mini bacon cheeseburgers. Ultimate Trios. This grill and bar is raising the bar. Applebee's, it's a whole new neighborhood.
Michael! Mike, hello.
Jays. Michael Jordan cologne. Oh, that's soft.
Who wants some? Who
Cuba.
Ooh! What's happening, Mike?
The Comfort Soft undershirt. There's soft, then there's Comfort Soft. Only from Hanes.
Can you sign this for my mama?
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Applebee's. It's a whole new neighborhood. By the Home Depot, NASCAR's home improvement warehouse. By the new AT&T, your world delivered. And by Aflac. Aflac and Carl Edwards want you to be at home.
DirecTV HD Airship giving us the blimp shots today, and Tony Eury Jr. and Tom Stewart right now talking on the pit box as they have made adjustments to the 88, trying to get it back to the way it was handling when
All right, man, coming to the green here.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. liked what was taking place with the race car as we get ready to go back to racing at Texas Motor Speedway.
All right, get ready. Crank the green.
Green flag back in the air for the Samsung 500. We're running fifth. Kenseth, Edwards.
Still just one inside there.
Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and then
Still
us.
inside at your bumper.
We're able to beat the 48.
Still there. Checking up in front of you there. Stay low. Here you go. One inside. One inside. Got a hole behind him. One inside. One outside there.
An issue.
Still in the middle here. Still in the middle. Clear high. One inside.
Issue with that 17. Remember, he restarted up front and is all the way back to just in front of us.
All clear.
They're getting back up to speed now, getting some air in the tires, some air pressure building up. The tires, they make their way around this 1.5-mile super speedway.
See J.J. Yaley up top right of your screen on our Fox feed there. Good to see him out of that car. Looked like a pretty hard hit.
Just came out of the infield care center. Look at the run that Dale Jr. has on that 17 and the 42. He got through turns 3 and 4. Very good that time.
Still cleared by one over the 48. So all clear.
Again, Jimmy Johnson has been out in front of this field. Another strong Hendrick car.
Looking inside there. Inside. Got a hole behind him there.
So Jimmy Johnson goes by the 88. Now trying to get by Juan Pablo Montoya. The last time we were working around the slower lap traffic, it was a little more difficult than what Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wanted to deal with.
Still outside there.
I think that may
Still
have been the issue with that 17 of Matt Kenseth. We know we restarted the race up front. Then we saw him back up to us. We're getting a report that there may have been a situation with one of those lap cars, possibly even that 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya.
The tight in the center has gotten worse. The yaw in is worse. 10-4.
Saw the wiggle as he came out of turn 4. Kyle Busch now leading the race. Carl Edwards runs second. Denny Hamlin is third. Matt Kenseth fourth. Jimmy Johnson fifth. We're running sixth. Bart Truex Jr. seventh. Jeff Burton eighth. Clint Boyer's running in the 9th spot, and Tony Stewart 10th.
worse, so. That was 2 pounds in the right front right there. We took the last adjustment out, went 2 pounds up in the right front. So right front's getting you tighter in the middle, but we're not fixing the loose end. Okay. Well, that's 2 pounds. We're going to be 2 pounds more on the right front for what? Well, our teammate there in front of us is a little bit higher on his air pressure. So I was just going that direction to see what happened before I get down to these last 2 stops. So it's good to know. It's also good not to fall further.
Communication continuing between Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Eury Jr. Talking about changes that have been made, what changes they've made, and how they've affected the race car. And you can see how getting through the center of the turn and into turn 4 looks as though that car is moving around quite a bit on Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, Dale Jr. talked about the yaw being worse. In other words, still loose getting in the corner, maybe even worse. And then even tighter yet in the center of the corner. So Tony Jr. told Dale Jr. he went off some notes from the 48, what they were doing with their air pressure. So that's why he went that direction. He said, but that's good to know. Good information for these last 2 stops coming up.
I got no right rear at all.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking forward to the last 2 stops also because he knows that Tony Eury Jr. can make improvements on this race car and get it handling the way he wants it so he can get up front and challenge for the win.
We need gas. No, I know. We're running low, guys. Seriously. Look right there. 319. Good. Perfect. Bam! 316 right there. Oh, yeah.
$1.
Win! Right on the money.
The Doubly Yummy Double Cheeseburger. One of the many brilliant choices you can find on a dollar menu.
Dude, you're not a rock star push, man. Help!
Ah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hi, I'm Chuck's phone. Chuck can't answer right now because Chuck's an idiot. He doesn't have AT&T, so he's got 0 bars in here. But by all means, keep calling about those basketball tickets you just won. We'll just keep shooting tiny hoops with the townies. Living a dream.
Teardrops. It's fun. It's like the weatherman.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places.
Look at it. He's everywhere. He's a machine.
Buy 1 exclusive slider for only $29.99 and get 1 free.
Want to drive a cup car? Well, now you can. This is the fan controller.
What the? Tony, what are you doing? Dude, you're going backwards. Sandy, run for your life.
This yellow one is for my postpartum depression. This one, sciatica, whatever that is. I got these after my hysterectomy, or my prostatectomy, or stomectomy. And this guy is for the pain from my last hip replacement. And this orange one is, gotta go.
For teens, getting drugs can be as easy as opening your medicine cabinet.
Sometimes just getting to retirement seems impossible. That's where we come in. As one of the nation's 401k leaders, the Principal offers many simple ways to plan for retirement, making it easier for you to get where you're going. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
Welcome back to the Samsung 500 from Texas Motor Speedway. The Lone Star State hosting the 7th race of the 2008 season. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has dropped back to the 9th spot as Clint Boyer was able to get by him for 8th. Behind us in 10th, fellow Hotpass driver Tony Stewart. Out in front of the field, though, it is Kyle Busch in that number 18 looking to make it a clean sweep here in Texas as he won the nationwide race yesterday. Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, and Matt Kenseth rounding out the top 5.
We know Dale Jr. has his hands full right now, Rick, but as he said, you don't want to get too far behind. You see, we've already dropped back to the 9th position. If you lose too many more spots before our next pit stop or caution flag, whatever may come first, then it's that much harder to beat those guys out of the pits too. When you come in 4th or 5th, then it's easy to come back out in 4th or 5th. When you come in 9th or 10th, then chances are you're probably going to come out in 9th or 10th, and it's a lot harder to pass those guys on the racetrack. They know that they can undo that last change and get the car back like it was and try to make it a little bit better, but still don't want to drop too many positions. Come on to pit road behind too many cars.
Right now there are 24 cars on the lead lap. We're running at just over 12 seconds behind race leader Kyle Busch.
Oh, God. It's so tight in the center. Nice.
There's just not much Tony Jr. can say about it, Rick, other than, 10-4, we got you, and we're going to work on it.
That's been an issue that Dale Jr. has fought all day, the tight in the center. He's felt a little more comfortable getting in and getting out of the turns, getting off.
Trying to go inside there, all clear.
Getting off turn.
All right, TJ, don't be talking.
Tony Stewart dives to the inside.
All clear.
Dale Jr. almost into the wall coming out of turn number 4. Very close to brushing the wall. He was running right up against the wall through 3 and 4. Does the same thing in 1 and 2. Stays up very high. Running a different lane around this racetrack. Take a look, upper left corner of the screen, very, very close to where that safer barrier ends coming out of 4.
Junior is no stranger to running up high. He does that very frequently whenever the car asks for it, whenever he can go up and get some more grip. He's no stranger to running right up next to the wall.
Back to the high line. Casey Kane running the 11th position just behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he came back into the screen there. You see him as they work into 1.
This next pit stop cannot come soon enough. We pitted on lap number 177, so we're only 27 laps into this run, 28 laps into this run as he will complete this lap. That means we have probably another 24 to 26 laps to go if the green flag stays out.
And Phil, he has his hands full. Just coming out of turn 4, that car was sideways.
Yeah, that may allow Tony Jr. to probably short pit him a little bit. like Denny Hamlin did on that earlier green flag pit stop. Maybe bring him in a little bit earlier. You can see top left of your screen what you were talking about, Rick. When they got sideways, you see him wiggling, trying to gather that car up. As you can see down at the bottom of your screen, Casey Kane trying to take over that 10th position.
All clear, 43 right with you, flat down.
Bobby Labonte in that 43 on the bottom of the racetrack.
All clear.
15 seconds when they went by the start-finish line is the difference between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and race leader Kyle Busch. 208 laps in the books as he crosses the start-finish line. Again, this one 334 laps, 126 to go. At least 2 more pit stops will be necessary, as the pit window is around 52 to 55 laps that they can complete. Last words on the radio from Dale Earnhardt Jr. were to TJ Majors. He's asked before that TJ not give him too much information, especially when he's in the turns, and he's focusing on hitting his marks.
When that car is a handful like this National Guard Chevy is, obviously right now you want to be able to concentrate, as you mentioned, hit your marks, and you're so on the ragged edge. It's so easy for that thing to slip out from under you that you want to be in total concentration. He wants to know when there's a car inside of and outside and stuff like that, but he doesn't want any extra chatter on the radio to allow him to concentrate.
Turns 3 and 4 were where he was working the hardest in practice on Saturday.
Okay, right, we're getting in and out.
Phil, with just 122 laps remaining in this race, and obviously a ill-handling race car. We say ill-handling even though he's still running in the 11th spot, not contending for a win right now. Would short pitting be the right thing to do? And as I ask that question, I'm going to say hold the answer until we come back from commercial break. Stay with us though in the lower left corner of your screen.
After 5 years, this Silverado is expected to have better resale value than both Ford and Toyota.
Yep.
And in any given fiscal year, it'll cost me less on fuel.
Best gas mileage of any V8.
Sold. How can I thank you?
No thanks necessary. Let's grab some lunch.
Chevy Silverado has the lowest cost of ownership of any full-size pickup. Chevy Silverado, built to last, built to love.
I'm here with Casey Kane to introduce the Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check. Just drive safe for 6 months,
and Allstate will send a check right to your mailbox.
Because the best drivers in the world deserve... Wow. Like I said, accident forgiveness, part of Your Choice Auto, only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Great, just one more. I'm super sorry about your commercial.
master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power and performance, precision, and amazing control. Master your great outdoors with the same power and performance demanded by the pros. Husqvarna, professionally proven outdoor power equipment. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
12 summers of boat hauling, 6 minutes to soccer practice, 63 miles of commuting daily. For any extreme, from the road to the racetrack, nothing beats Mobil 1, the official motor oil of NASCAR, and the choice of over half of all NASCAR teams. So put some NASCAR in your car with the One, Mobil 1. Get Mobil 1 collectible cards and enter to win prizes at participating ExxonMobil and on their own locations. Some exclusions apply.
New, the cheesy bacon BK wrapper. Eggs, bacon, hash browns, and smoky cheese sauce, all deliciously mixed together.
He's so good with his hands.
The breakfast of tomorrow on the BK Breakfast Value Menu today.
Ortiz and the Red Sox take on A-Rod and the Yankees. This week on Fox Saturday Baseball. Check local listings.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Chevy. The most wins in NASCAR history. That's an American revolution.
Welcome back, Texas Motor Speedway, the side of race 7. The 2008 season. It's the Samsung 500 right now. Dale Earnhardt Jr. running in the 11th spot. Kyle Busch was leading, but he has similar problems to what Dale Earnhardt Jr. has right now. A handling issue a little bit sideways, and as he was getting sideways, Carl Edwards was going by. And so a new race leader, Carl Edwards, out in front. Kyle Busch just having the 48 of Jimmy Johnson go by him as well. So Kyle Busch has dropped back to 3rd. Phil, I talked to you earlier about short pitting. What's the answer on that?
Well, I think, you know, as much as Junior is struggling right now with the car, I think short pitting may be something that Tony Jr. may want to look at. But you don't want to go too short, obviously. You got to get inside your window that we know we can make this race on 2 more pit stops. Right now with 114 laps to go, that's a little bit outside our window of comfort because, you know, you may have a green, white checkers. So you want to probably try to pit early, but you're not talking about 10 or 15 laps. You're probably talking about 4 or 5 laps possibly if you decide to do that. But we can see right now, we watch obviously during the commercial as well as the people at home, how Dale Jr. is really struggling with that car. It's hard to tell you the talent that it takes to drive the car at a level he's driving it at right now when that thing is ill handling like it is.
And really, it would be difficult to short pit right now, Phil, just because of the way the cautions have landed, because we came in on lap 177, so you go 50 laps from there and you're looking at 227. Well, right now we just completed lap 221 and we still have 112 laps to go, meaning you can't go more than 55 laps normally on a stop or around there. So we're really still not in our pit window until we almost get to the point where we have to pit.
Yeah, I think maybe with about 5 more laps in, then we would have, you know, just about 106 or 7 laps to go. Then I think Tony Jr. may want to gamble there possibly, but that's something that he and Tom and Darian are looking at, keeping track of, knowing exactly how far they can go on fuel. They get a fuel mileage check every single time, so that's why they're up there on that pit box making those decisions.
The hard decisions need to be made, and Tony Eury Jr. is about to make them. We'll be back with more racing from Texas right after this.
Left here.
Morning, gentlemen.
So how'd the testing go? Well, low-quality discount gasolines can leave behind engine gunk.
Hate engine gunk.
I know you do. Well, Shell stop gunky buildup to help engines perform at their best.
Still won't turn right, huh? Not gonna happen.
Never, ever been afraid for somebody in the ring.
Six Sides of Steel is dangerous. Anything can happen.
You know, hopefully you can find a way to make it out of there alive.
There's a possibility your career is going to be over.
The risk of injury goes from, 50% up to 99%.
TNA Wrestling presents Lockdown, live April 13th on pay-per-view. And don't miss TNA Impact, 2 hours, every Thursday at 9 on Spike.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You knocked me out. Right off of my feet. Boom, boom, boom.
A race car driver feels 800 pounds of force at every turn. How does Dale Jr. overcome it? Energy Focus Control. Amp yourself.
Sweet mother.
In the Guard, you become a soldier. What does it mean to be a soldier? It's being a part of a noble tradition of a service extending back almost 400 years. It means you become a member of the best trained, best equipped, and most respected military force in history. It means you'll make a difference. Now it's your turn to serve. Call or visit 1-800-GO-GUARD.com today.
We're watching NASCAR Hotpass exclusively on DirecTV and brought to you by Shell, made to move.
Fox Sunday takes you to another dimension with a Simpsons totally 90s tribute that searches for their nirvana.
The 90s? Never heard of it.
Then, after an all-new King of the Hill, it's your second chance to experience an out-of-this-world event.
Master Luke, he's gone! He's gone! What? R2! He took off in the middle of the night! We gotta find him!
Oh, what the Phantom Menace is that guy's problem?
A full hour of Family Guy, the Star Wars episode. It all starts at 7, 6 Central, tonight on Fox. 18 million viewers made the Hell's Kitchen premiere its biggest yet.
I feel like crying.
Critics call it wickedly delicious fun, and we're just getting started.
You look like the female version of Hannibal Lecter.
Hell's Kitchen, viewer discretion advised. All new Tuesday after Idol on Fox.
Tony Eury Jr. just said, can you give me 2 more laps? Dale Earnhardt Jr. working extremely hard to keep the National Guard Chevrolet pointed in the right direction. Just made a comment, said, I have no right rear. Denny Hamlin on pit road now. We have seen him get out of pit cycle as far as pitting just a little bit early.
Pit next time by.
And there you go. Tony Eury Jr. letting him know next time by. Carl Edwards also making the hard left turn, and he'll make his way onto pit road. He was leading, and now he is going to relinquish that to the 48, Phil.
Yeah, and that was very tongue-in-cheek by Dale Jr. He said, are you sure?
45 miles an hour on pit road, 4,000 in second gear for the tachometer is what Jr. will be looking at as he comes onto pit road now, coming off of turn number 4. Pit road speed begins right there at that yellow line. So now he has the long road at 45 miles an hour until he gets to pit stall number 1 so they can service his 88 Chevrolet, getting back out onto the racetrack, hopefully in better conditions than he came in.
One in front of this one. 4, right here, come on. There.
See Rick Pigeon on the jack, right side jack. Chris Vasuka's our gas man. Jason Bell. Our catch man.
A big adjustment on the right rear of that car. 14 seconds the time he's on.
4,000 there. All clear. Got the apron hill too.
He was on pit road, at least in his stall. Not a bad stop for the over-the-wall crew as they send him back out on the racetrack. He'll blend back in on the backstretch.
About 3 back there, still all clear. Coming in this lap, keep digging there, keep digging there.
Jimmy Johnson relinquishes the lead. He comes onto pit road, as does the 26 of Jamie McMurray. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back up to speed now as he comes across the start-finish line. Scored in 23rd when he came on pit road. Again, they'll cycle through their stops now, Phil.
Yeah, as you talked about, Rick, you really couldn't short pit because you had to get in the window to be able to make it the rest of the way. On one more pit stop, take into consideration there may be a green-white checker at the end that could extend this race. So I'm sure Tony Jr. would have loved to have brought Dale Jr. in 2, 3, 4 laps earlier, but you had to get in that window to make it on one more stop.
And again, we think around 52 to 55 laps is the pit window. So
still there, all clear, all clear.
Obviously, you multiply that by 2, he could go 110 laps. Now with just 102 to go, we can get to the end on one more pit stop. And so strategy may come back into play, or that we might see a caution come out, which would tighten this field back up. Again, everyone's cycling through their pit stops. We're running 18th now. Again, back on the lead lap as cars have been coming back onto pit road to do their service. We did our 6th stop of the day, and this was under green flag conditions for tires for the 88 Chevrolet and back on the racetrack. We'll be right back with more.
Dale, you got company out there.
You ain't leaving without a race, Dale. You guys want a race and you got one. Come on, let's go, Mark. Punch your inside. I'm holding tight. Punch it, Dale. 10-4. Stay in it, stay in it. The Dale's on the front, G. Go race you, Dale.
Having a half-ton with the most legroom and a fancy rear seat is great, but truckers want to know if it's still got some truck left in it. We'll put it this way. If it'll draw bar pull 6,400 pounds of dead weight, towing 10,100 pounds is a walk in the park. Hello, Dolly. Available on the Tundra Crew Max, the truck that's changing it all.
Any piled high regular Subway footlong, just $5. $5 footlongs. Hurry in. This celebration won't last long. At Subway.
Hey, Mark. The perfect combination of taste and refreshment. We've been expecting. Where am I? Beer heaven.
Only one beer is good enough for beer heaven. Miller Lite, the ultimate light beer.
It's an automotive breakthrough. It's ZNet, newly expanded and only at AutoZone. ZNet gives AutoZoners the power to find the right part faster with diagrams, photos, and instructions so you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Improved ZNet, only at AutoZone.
For me personally, my allergies, I mean, I cannot touch my eyes. They itch. If I start itching my eyes, scratching them, it's over with. Well, I use Claritin to relieve my allergy symptoms. The greatest thing about Claritin is that it keeps me focused and I don't get drowsy. Live Claritin Clear.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is delivered by UPS, the official express delivery company of NASCAR.
Welcome back to NASCAR Hotpass, exclusively on DirecTV. The words coming from Dale Earnhardt Jr. to Tony Eury Jr. just moments ago were tight, tight, tight. And that is obviously quite a bit different from what he was battling before he came onto pit road the most recent time, where the back end was about to outrun him to the start-finish line numerous times.
And he said that tightness is really in the center of the corner. He said it's better getting in the corner, so definitely improved on that. He's running very, very good lap times right now compared to the rest of the cars. But he finds himself in the 13th spot.
Carl Edwards is our race leader, and in the upper right-hand corner, you may have just seen it. He moved the 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya out of the way. And normally you would only see that at maybe Bristol or Martinsville or some racetrack where it doesn't hurt that much to get moved out of the way, but Carl Edwards just did it at about 175 miles an hour to Juan Pablo Montoya. So Carl Edwards setting a pretty good pace now as we are 24 seconds behind race leader Carl Edwards. We would love to see a caution flag come out, if it be for debris, or obviously we would rather it be for debris than anyone getting in an accident. But we have to close up this gap between us and race leader Carl Edwards. He's been on pit road. Pretty much everyone has cycled through their stops. There's only 17 cars on the lead lap. We're scored 13, and again 24 seconds behind Carl Edwards.
The leaders are lapping this racetrack at about 32 seconds flat. Thereabouts, a little bit quicker than that at times, and then a little bit slower than that at times. So 8 seconds right now in front of the leaders. So it would be great to get a caution flag here and close this field up.
Fox is replaying that Michael McDowell accident qualifying up in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That's not what we'd like to see here in Texas. Even though we would love to see a caution come out, we would rather see all of the cars staying on all four wheels.
Yeah, we're thinking debris is what we're thinking.
Yeah. Debris would be good.
I talked to some of the guys, Rick. And, we talked about putting the 2 pounds of air in the right front tire on the next to the last pit stop, and the guys took that back out. Dale Jr. said it didn't really seem to help the car through the center of the corner, but it did help the car getting in the corner. But that was a major adjustment on this last pit stop, was taking that 2 pounds of air back out of the right front tire.
Inside there by himself.
Brian Newman in the 12, trying to take away the 13th spot from us. He's successful as he came out of 4. Dale Earnhardt Jr. drops back to 14th. Again, Junior's been searching all over the racetrack to find the best line and most suitable for that number 88 Chevrolet. He's been all the way up against the wall. He's been down on the white line. He's run sideways. Anything to figure out
all clear
how to get that car to handle the best so that he can move back toward the front. Again, starting on the pole here at Texas Motor Speedway. But the handle has gone away from this team.
It's very warm today. The racetrack gets slick the warmer it gets. It started out cloudy this morning and looked like it was going to be cool and cloudy, and then the sun popped out. Right now, and the sun has been out this entire race, so pretty slick racetrack right now.
It's been a welcome change from the weather we've had at a few of the races this year. Snow in Atlanta, rain in California.
Real tight in the middle, and snaps loose off.
Bill, you talked about that situation where
it's better than the last run. It's worse in the center, much worse in the middle. The grip on the entrance is way better.
Mentioning snapping loose on exit because of that tight condition. He's turning the wheel.
Outside, all clear, all clear.
Turning the wheel a little harder through the center of the corner because of the tight condition, and then, as you mentioned, when it grabs, snaps the back end loose on him. So he talks about it being worse in the center than it has been. So that's probably hurting the coming off condition as well.
That's the problem right now, that Tony Jr. knows he's not going to get very many more opportunities to adjust on the car. If this race continues to go green, there's only going to be one more pit stop to try to adjust on it.
And so Dale Earnhardt Jr. with his hands full before the pit stop. Now it seems as though a little bit more under control, but still fighting a tough car. We'll be right back.
New, the cheesy bacon BK wrapper. Eggs, bacon, hash browns, and smoky cheese sauce, all deliciously mixed together.
He's so good with his hands.
The breakfast of tomorrow on the BK Breakfast Value Menu today.
I'm where Here Comes the Bride meets Here Comes All Her Stuff. Believe me, I'm there.
Wherever you are in life, whatever your needs, your dreams, or the hours you keep, no one understands that place better than State Farm. We help more people save money and protect what matters than anybody else.
You know where? Daddy, can't wait to get my license meets. I can't believe my baby's driving. Oh yeah, I'm there.
From car to home to life, like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
Hi, Michael. This is Nellie.
Get the good stuff.
She knows I only buy Napa parts.
That's great.
And when I cheer for you during the races, she repeats everything I say.
Number 55, baby. Come on, Michael, speed up. What the freak, Michael? The gas is on the right.
I don't know where she gets this stuff.
It's called the draft, Michael. Look it up. 55's your number, Michael, not the speed limit.
I know I should have gotten a dog. What's the matter with you?
What does it take to win back-to-back championships? Well, in my case, it took 1,428 tires, 16 soaked fire suits, 98 guys pouring their guts out working on that 48 car, 36 punishing races per year, and one Chevy that's built to last and built to love.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by State Farm, where great coverage meets great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Chevy, the most wins in NASCAR history. That's an American revolution. By Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff.
Welcome back. While we were at break, communication between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Eury Jr. talking about what can we salvage from this run. Dale Jr. said, I'd love to get up to 5th. I think we've got at least a 5th place car. Tony Eury Jr. said, yeah, I'd love to get there too, but we've got to make major adjustments to this car and we just can't do it.
Still there. Still there.
Obviously, while you're on the racetrack, that's Mike Skinner running on the outside in that 84. And so Tony Eury Jr. said, hey,
all clear.
Let's try to get us a top 10. And then Dale Jr. responded with, I'm not sure I can even get up to that far. So running 14th right now in the 88 National Guard Chevrolet. They'll have one more chance to make a change. Again, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 4 consecutive top 10 finishes in 2008. That ties the longest current streak in the Sprint Cup Series.
Remember who's leading this race, Carl Edwards. He has about a 6.5 second lead on our teammate Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy just took over that 2nd spot from the 18 of Kyle Busch. Carl's had a pretty good year here. Remember, he won California and then came back and won Las Vegas back to back. So he has these high speed 1.5 to 2 mile racetracks figured out.
Starting to do it. Center is
running 14th. There are only 15 cars on the lead lap. And you saw in the upper left corner of your screen where the leader is running in relation to where we are running. He is right on our back bumper. We're closing in on it. If not right there, he is getting close. So trying to stay in front of not only the 29 who's also on the lead lap, but then that green hood of the 99 of Carl Edwards. That is your race leader. As Phil had mentioned, over a 6.5 second lead over the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Again, there is at least one more pit stop that has to be made. If a caution does not come out, we would expect to see all of these cars coming onto pit road with at least 55 laps of racing to go. Some will try to go a little further, stretch it, see if they can get a little farther, a little closer. Normally, as soon as the lead car makes his way onto pit road, everyone else will jump
outside,
on.
At your door, at your bumper, all clear, all clear.
Pit road as well, because fresh tires are almost 2 seconds faster than these 50 or 55 lap tires.
The thing we need right now is a caution flag. We need to get a caution before that 99 car gets to us.
Amazingly enough, very few cautions today at Texas. Only 4 times have they displayed the yellow flag.
Yeah, ever going to tell me about the leader coming? Yep, leader is 2 back. All right.
Fewest cautions, 6 is the mark. That was set back in 2005. Today, only 4 times have we been under caution.
We heard Dale Jr.
Outside, still there, all clear.
But they were going to tell him about the leader coming up, because so he was obviously aware, looking in the mirror and seeing that 99 car coming.
And Phil, as a driver, do you ever glance over to the scoring pylon to see who's leading the race and then obviously put it together?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in a situation like Dale Jr. is right now. I mean, nobody has told him on the radio who was leading the race, so he had to have looked over at the scoreboard to see who was leading, and he saw that green hood on that 99 car coming.
Got the 99 Ford back there, running the bottom on both ends.
And as soon as TJ Majors tells him he runs on the bottom of the racetrack, up Carl Edwards goes to the middle of the racetrack. Junior loose again when he comes off of turn 2, going down the back stretch as we ride along with Carl Edwards.
The 99 coming with a run here. Looking inside there. Inside, be clear behind him.
Three wide at Texas Motor Speedway.
All clear.
Now we are the first car 1 lap down, and so obviously now we would definitely want to see a caution come out so that we could receive the free pass. The second Carl Edwards goes by the next car in front of us, which is the 38 of David Gilliland. We would not get that free pass. We'll be back with more of Hot Pass after this.
This is 5-1 Delta Charlie. Approaching the target. 5-1 Delta Charlie. Hold your position.
With best-in-class payload, Ford F-150 was built to handle anything you can throw at it. But hitting the bed of a pickup with 30,000 pounds of force doesn't prove anything. Driving away does. Ford F-150. Now that's tough.
For a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2008 Ford F-150s. Hurry, offer ends April 30th.
Most people don't know exactly what beechwood aging is.
You mean Budweiser's extra step of lagering their beer over a bed of beechwood chips, resulting in the unmistakably clean, crisp Budweiser taste?
Are you reading off my board?
What board?
Never miss a race with a Dish DVR from Dish Network.
Carl Edwards takes the victory. We crowned a champion for 2007, Carl Edwards.
Get the best HD DVR free. It's better than TiVo. And 3 months of programming free. Never miss anything when you have a Dish DVR from Dish Network.
It's time to start your engines.
time to reclaim the yard. It's time to mow now and pay later. Because now through April 23rd, you'll get no payments, no interest until January 2009 on any tractor purchase of $859 or more with your Home Depot consumer credit card. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
12 summers of boat hauling. 6 minutes to soccer practice. 63 miles of commuting daily. For any extreme, from the road to the racetrack, nothing beats Mobil 1, the official motor oil of NASCAR, and the choice of over half of all NASCAR teams. So put some NASCAR in your car with the One, Mobil 1. Get Mobil 1 collectible cards and enter to win prizes at participating ExxonMobil and on their own locations. Some exclusions apply.
Budweiser. First with refrigerated rail cars. First with Born on Dating. And now this. The new Fresh Lock cap. Keeps the air out and the freshness in. Innovation. Now that's Budweiser.
It was a night of hope, inspiration, and most of all, music.
I'll stand by you.
Now, American Idol is doing it again when we bring together the biggest names in Hollywood to help children in need.
Idol's giving back. You can give back too.
An all-new Idol gives back at a special time, 7:30, 6:30 Central, Wednesday on Fox.
Well, we've got to get by the 38 of David Gilliland to get back into the free pass situation. Right now, we are the second car one lap down. And there is the 38, the white hood on that car just in front of us. Dale Jr. has his hands full, and he is trying everything he can to get by that 38. So we don't want to caution now, but if we can get by the 38, that would be perfect time. But again, we're getting close to our pit window, Phil.
Yeah, we need to get by that 38 car before the 99 passes the 12 car, which is the car running in 12th spot. We could get by the 38th, and then we would be the car in position until the 99 passes the 12 of Ryan Newman, and that would put Ryan Newman in that spot. But we also have the 29 of Kevin Harvick right behind us, and that's a battle for position as well.
Robbie Gordon runs up the racetrack up against the wall. He shoots down the back stretch just in front of us. Again, scored in the 14th spot, one lap down. There are only 12 cars on the lead lap, and that 12th car is the 12 of Ryan Newman. Carl Edwards trying to put him a lap down as well before they come onto pit road for their final stop. Upper right-hand corner of your screen, you see Jimmy Johnson. He also has his hands full with that race car as he was sliding all over the racetrack coming out of turn 4.
And that's the guy running second right now. So.
I think 10:30 might be pitching. Just watch him there.
We're hearing Gilliland maybe coming in now. This would be, if David Gilliland comes in now, he will be very much wanting to stretch his fuel mileage. It would be difficult for him to make it 58 laps on a tank of fuel.
You're right, and that right now that puts us in position for that possible lucky dog. So be watching for some debris on the racetrack, Rick.
I've already asked for it. I've tried to call for a debris caution. We know NASCAR doesn't do that, but we would like to see it in this situation. It's been a relatively clean racetrack. Only one time has there been debris that has caused a caution. That was the third one of the day.
All clear.
Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Clint Boyer, your top 5. Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton, Martin Truex Jr., Tony Stewart, and the 8 of Mark Martin are your top 10. Again, we're running in the 13th position. One lap down to race leader Carl Edwards. We are the highest scored lap down car, meaning if the caution does come out, we would receive the free pass. And we're closing in on our pit window.
Now we last pitted on lap number 230, so we know that we could probably go to about 286, 285 or 286, and that's 7 or 8 more laps. But do you want to stay out there and gamble and hope to get a caution flag before somebody else gets put a lap down, or do you want to get in there and get those fresh tires and make up that much time like David Gilliland's trying to do? But that's really stretching it for David Gilliland. As you mentioned, 58 laps to go is a long, long way. But I'm sure those guys felt like they could probably do it. That's why they brought him in early, and how he's gaining a lot of track position right now with those fresh tires.
And again, Gilliland was just in front of us before he decided to come onto pit road. So that trek down pit road, their pit stop, and then back off and onto the racetrack took enough time that put him down another lap. So he was and is scored 2 laps down to race leader Carl Edwards. But I would say within the next 5 laps, Phil, we're going to see the entire field have to come onto pit road.
Yeah, I would think so. That was very much a gamble by David Gilliland and his guys. If the caution comes out now, it didn't work. It just worked out horribly for them. But if the caution doesn't come out and he's able to go the rest of the way without stopping, then it worked out really well. Or if the caution flag were to come out after everybody else pits, then he's okay too. He's just gained that much time. It may allow him to get back in front of Carl Edwards once everybody pits and the caution flag were to come out.
Kyle Busch was running 3rd behind Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson. He has decided to make a pit stop a bit earlier than race leader Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards goes by the start-finish line one more time. He is just in front of us as we go around this racetrack.
And right behind that 12th car of Ryan Newman, who is right now the last car on the lead lap.
See Martin Truex Jr. also on pit road, having service done to his #1 car. Trying to go by Michael McDowell now in the 00.
Outside, still there. All clear.
So Carl Edwards on pit road, Jimmy Johnson on pit road. They were running 1 and 2.
That puts us back on the lead lap for a moment. If we can just hang on.
Next time lap.
Well, you heard the call from Tony Jr. Going to bring him in next time.
Fourth pitch this time by 4,000. No pressure from behind.
Because of the situation, we're running in the 3rd spot scored-wise because of everyone coming onto pit road for service to their cars.
Still got that 15 inside you there. Clear the 15. And away. But it's forward. Come on in. Come on right here. Oh.
Wrench in the back right. Major adjustment to the chassis as they continue with the 4-tire stop. 2 cans of Sunoco. And off pit road just over 14 seconds.
Stay on the apron till 2 there.
Making his way off of pit road now as
Get the 2 outside there, a lot of room behind him. All clear.
the field continuing to cycle through their pit stops. Before the pit stops, we were the first car 1 lap down.
All clear.
After the pit stops have cycled through, David Gill and Kevin Harvick have moved in front of us. We are the 3rd car 1 lap down to the field, running in the 15th position. And so Dale Earnhardt Jr. will have to battle on the racetrack to see if he can get by that 29 of Kevin Harvick and the 38 of David Gilliland get into the position to get the free pass if he has any chance of breaking back up into the top 10. So a sizable task put in front of driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. We'll see how he does when we come back.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, now in pocket size. Live radio broadcasts, live team chatter, and real-time stats. Introducing NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile. Only from Sprint and only on the Now Network. Get a Sprint phone and download it free with any data plan. Then let the battle come to you.
Any piled high regular Subway footlong, just $5. $5 footlongs. Hurry in. This celebration won't last long. At Subway.
Jimmy? Casey? Dale? Yeah, man. Let's rock.
When you're Team Hendrick, every race is a battle. And every win comes with Q Motor Oil technology. And there's a Q horsepower specially designed to help maximize the power.
In your car.
Unleash all your horses.
Since you guys taught me to drive, I'm gonna teach you to wrestle. This is a body slam. Not bad. These guys are phenomenal.
Start every day with Gillette Fusion Power Phenom. With Gillette's most comfortable shave, you'll feel phenomenal. Gillette Fusion Power Phenom, the only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns.
For even more comfort, use Gillette Fusion Hydrogel. Comfortable?
What are you building, Stock?
I'm working on something big.
Yeah, I can fly. I just finally know what I have to do.
Iron Man, rated PG-13.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing is sponsored by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up. By Gillette, feel phenomenal with Gillette Fusion Power Phenom, the only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns. By Subway, where Tony Stewart goes to fuel up. Subway, race hard, eat fresh. And by Q from Quaker State.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway and the Samsung 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently running in the 14th spot. Kevin Harvick, David Gilliland also a lap down in front of us. Carl Edwards putting now the 12 of Ryan Newman a lap down. So 3 cars in front of us are 1 lap down. Carl Edwards setting a impressive pace around this racetrack. He has a 7-second lead on our teammate Jimmy Johnson running second. Kyle Busch runs third. Fourth, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, and Clint Boyer running fifth.
We heard Tony Jr. get told by Dale Jr. that it was a major improvement in this car, and the car is running really good lap times. That time within about a 1/10 of a second. Here comes that caution.
Bring on the backstretch.
Debris the word coming out on lap.
You said that was better?
295.
Yeah, I just think I say. Hi.
Ryan Newman will be the lucky dog. He is right behind the leader, Carl Edwards, so he will be the highest scored non-lead lap car, so he will be able to move back around and get on the lead lap, and that will be racing a number of cars that are 1 lap down, including Kevin Harvick and David Gilliland, Jamie McMurray, Brian Vickers, David Reagan, a number of cars 1 lap down.
That will put Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the inside row up toward the front. Again, because Ryan Newman will get his spot back. He's running 11th. 12th is David Gilliland. Kevin Harvick is 13th. We run 14th.
Pit road will be open this time. We'll go second time by.
Now, one of the things that can also happen is, obviously,
stay closed up there for that 48 right behind you there.
We can make up spots on pit road. We'll be trying to race the 38 and the 29 off of pit road, and having the preferred spot of stall number 1 is a great thing.
Yeah, that will certainly help, as well as the other cars that are 1 lap down.
At 77 of Sam Hornish Jr., 5 laps down, just between us and the 29, Kevin Harvick. And then the 38 of David Gilliland's the white car just in front of the 29. So not far off of the 2 cars in front of us. When we come onto pit road, we won't be separated that much by those 2 cars that we're racing to get in front of for the free pass. More than likely, with just 38 laps to go in this race, you won't see race leader Carl Edwards or whoever comes off of pit road to lead.
And then pull left side. Just do that. Don't do no fuel. Just do the adjustments and pull left side for them. Let's try to be the first car off pit road.
That's the strategy for Tony Eury Jr. We'll be close enough to those cars to try to get that race off of pit road. And what I was saying is the race leader more than likely will have a hard time catching up to the cars that are 1 lap down. There are only 8 that are 1 lap down, and since we will be starting close to the front, it would be very difficult.
All right, man, 4,000 here.
For the race leader to catch back up to those 8 starting toward the front.
Carl Edwards did win the race off pit road, so he will remain our leader. It was a good battle down here at this end of pit road.
Until you get to the 48, then hustle into your pit there.
Right on the back bumper of Sam Hornish Jr., waiting for him to make the hard left turn.
All right, 10 away. Right here, come on. Come on in here. There.
A big stop for the over-the-wall team here. Chassis adjustments already been made. They said no fuel. Tires changed.
Go, 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 go.
Very close as they go across the start.
You're going to be second behind that 29. We can do that, need to get that checked.
The exit.
I thought we beat him.
Off pit road. Dale Jr. says he thought he beat him. We're going to have him check it.
Look at that pit time. Obviously, you heard Tony Jr. say don't put any gas and help with that left front tire, so our gas man went over there and pulled that left front tire. Chris Vasulka under 13 seconds on that pit stop.
1 to go when you get to the line there. They're checking for you.
The drag race off of pit road. Dale Jr. with the number 1 stall was hoping he got by the 29 of Kevin Harvick so that he will be the first car 1 lap down. First car scored a lap down to see if he can get on the inside of Carl Edwards for the restart. Again, we're scored in the 14th spot. That could change if NASCAR tells us to move in front of the 29, as you see the cars starting to work now to the inside of the lead lap cars.
Here behind the 20.
NASCAR making their ruling. We will start behind the 29. Phil, I believe the 2 of Kurt Busch stayed on the racetrack. He was scored 20th, the furthest back lap down car.
The only one you'll be racing is that 29 right there. All right.
You see the 29 getting to that line.
All right, coming to the green here. I'll help you through this best I can.
Just a bit quicker than we were. And coming back to the restart. Now the race is with the 29.
I think that too is 2 laps down, Rick, right?
Last time they went by the start-finish line, Phil, he was scored the furthest back 1 lap down car.
All right, pace car's in there.
We'll find out here when
All
scoring
right, get ready.
updates.
Ready, green, green. Go, just one outside there. The one outside the 48 there. Get the one coming inside there. One inside, one outside. Clear high, one inside.
Trying to get back up to speed now.
All clear.
Lead lap cars in front of us and behind us. Our race is with the 29. He's the one car that's in front of us.
Inside the 11 there. All clear.
Is being scored 1 lap down. You're correct, Phil. The 2 is 2 laps down. He's the first car 2 laps down.
He probably on the scoring monitor had slipped across the start-finish line before our leader because he started up front there. So that made it look like he was 1 lap down. But
Tight, boy.
you can see Dale Jr. have to wait on that
All
car
clear, all clear.
in the center of the corner. You can see Denny Hamlin shoot out a little bit, about a car length, able to get back in that throttle about a car length sooner than Dale Jr. in the corner, and that's what Dale Jr. is talking about already, being really tight.
Again, the debris coming out on lap 295, bringing
We
out.
went a little bit too far, getting it too tight. Nice. Or we went too far, not a little bit. We went pretty damn far.
So a big adjustment to tighten the car up, maybe a little too far. The other thing, Phil, is they didn't fill it up with fuel. So he had run off about, probably 7 or 8 laps of fuel, not a big issue.
Yeah, that may be contributing a little bit to the car being a little bit tight. You don't have that much weight behind the rear axle in the fuel cell, so, and then you put fresh tires on it. So that may be contributing a little bit to the tightness, as well as the adjustments that Tony Jr. has made to try to tighten his car up for Dale Jr.
Get out in front of the field. It's Carl Edwards. Jimmy Johnson runs second, 1.4 seconds back. Kyle Busch runs third. Fourth is the number 1 of Martin Truex Jr. Then it's Denny Hamlin running fifth. Matt Kenseth running sixth. Clint Boyer, Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart, and the 8 of Mark Martin are your top 10. We're running 13th. Again, 1 lap down. In front of us is Kevin Harvick in the 29, also a lap down. He's put some distance between us and himself since the restart. And Matt Kenseth running 6th in this race, just behind us. Not a pass for position.
Inside the 17 by himself.
See Dale Jr. just trying to get out of Matt's way. He knows that Matt's on the lead lap. Does not want to mess his race up, and he will defer to the cars that catch him that he knows are on the lead lap.
Difference between 1 and 2 remaining the same. About 1.4 seconds separating Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson. Carl Edwards has been to victory lane 1 time at this racetrack, as has Jimmy Johnson. We've touched on it a bit earlier, talking about TNA Impact. If you want to see a distinct brand of high-risk, live-action athletic entertainment, check out Total Nonstop Action Wrestling's Impact. TNA Wrestling Impact is on for 2 hours every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific Time on Spike TV Channel 241. Again, that's TNA Impact. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Time's running out, running 13th, a lap down to the leader, still trying to get by that 29 to be eligible for the free pass. We'll be back with more after this.
F-150 uses 2 closed-loop tow hooks as opposed to the conventional open design, which makes them stronger.
And if the tow hooks are this strong, imagine how strong the rest is.
For a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2008 Ford F-150s. Hurry, offer ends April 30th.
Welcome back. Dale Earnhardt Jr. tries to go by the 6th place car, Martin Truex Jr. So changes must have been fairly good. Again, we're a lap down, so that's not for position, but Martin Truex Jr. currently running 6th in this race, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. was able to get by him. We look back behind the 88 and now look forward. Again, the car that's most important to that 88 team is the 29. And another number that's very important is the laps to go. The free pass is only handed out before we get to 10 laps remaining in the race. So there are about 10 laps to go that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has to get by that 29 if he wants to get back on the lead lap.
20 to go this time, 20 to go.
Which of course he does want to get back on the lead lap. But can he make up that much ground in just 10 laps? That's a tough question to answer. Kevin Harvick obviously has been working on his car, trying to get it better. So even though the National Guard Chevrolet running a bit better now for Dale Earnhardt Jr., still a difficult task to try to get by that 29.
You can tell that the car has greatly improved, Rick, because we saw him pass the 6th place car of Martin Truex and really driving away from the other guys that are on the lead lap, the 20 of Tony Stewart and Mark Martin and Clint Boyer, Jeff Burton, all guys that have run well this race. So Dale Jr. definitely has a better car now than he did a little while ago, but unfortunately, as we get down towards the end, the 29 still stands in the way of us getting the lucky dog. And remember, once we get inside of 10 laps to go, if the caution flag were to come out, there is no lucky dog.
Laps continuing to wind down. Time running out for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he wants to keep his streak alive of top 10 finishes. It's a difficult task, though, for this driver because he still has to get by that 29 of Kevin Harvick. And again, Kevin Harvick running a lot better now toward the end of the race. Todd Berrier's been working on that race car, getting it better for Kevin. Greg Biffle coming off of pit road. He had been extremely strong today. Problems with that race car, though. Have him 27 laps off the pace, running 39th. The 24 of Jeff Gordon, our teammate, will tie his worst ever finish in Sprint Cup racing. He will finish this race in the 43rd position. Phil, he's only done that one other time. Do you remember where that race car finished 43rd?
Well, seeing as this is one of the places that Jeff Gordon has never won in his Sprint Cup career, I remember a race a number of years ago that they had a bad accident at the very beginning of the race, and I know that Jeff Gordon did not get back out on the racetrack, so I'm going to guess it happened here.
That's exactly right, back in 1999, and you explained it. Involved in an accident early on in the race, and that was the first time and only time prior to today that Jeff Gordon has ever finished a race in the 43rd position. And again, this racetrack has really been his nemesis. He has never won here at Texas Motor Speedway, and a very impressive career he has mounted.
I tell you, the cars are really strung out right now. I just watched the leader go by Carl Edwards, and he has a pretty good gap on Jimmy Johnson, and he has a good gap on Kyle Busch. It looks like the closest battle up towards the front is Denny Hamlin is only about 4 or 5 car lengths behind the third place car of Kyle Busch, but otherwise a pretty big gap for just about everybody up there.
This racetrack lends itself to spread out racing, and we saw Dale Jr. catching the car there again coming out of turn number 4. Pretty impressive company if Carl Edwards is able to hold on and win once again to start off the 2008 season. He would join Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson as the only drivers in Cup history to win 3 times in the first 7 races of the season.
10 to go.
That will rule out a lead lap finish for Dale Earnhardt Jr. today. Running in front of us is the 29 of Kevin Harvick. The best we could finish would be 12th if it stays green and the cars on the lead lap are able to stay in the race for the final 9 laps. Behind us is the 26 of Jamie McMurray, then that 38 of David Gilliland. Obviously today starting on the pole, not what Dale Jr. was looking for as far as a finish.
No, it sure wasn't. Again, when you have an off day like today, you still end up with a top 13, top 15 finish. It's not too horrible. Mark Martin has moved up into the 7th position. He got by the 1 of Art Truex, so a good run for that DEI team.
Phil, let me throw this at you as far as scenarios. Which would be more difficult for a driver? This year, Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a very difficult situation happen to him in California where he got caught up in an accident. He ended up being 40 laps down. He was still very, very strong, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack after his team got him back out there and he was running on the racetrack. Is it harder to run on a racetrack when you're that many laps down and you know you don't have a chance to win? Or is it more difficult when you were so close on a day like today and you're just 1 lap down?
5 to go.
Well, both of them are tough, Rick, but I think that at the end of the day, Dale Jr. would probably feel a little bit better about the California race because he had such a great race car there. This time here, they were cautions out.
Got a ball motor here on the front track.
That's the 1. So we're going to move up a spot. The 1 of Martin Truex Jr. had smoke rolling out the back of that car. Difficult situation for him on lap 330.
It certainly will make this finish interesting up front, as well as our battle with that 29 of Kevin Harvick.
It will be a single file restart, and there will be 11 cars. Well, now 10 on the lead lap because the 1 will come off the racetrack. So there will be 10 cars on the lead lap. We will be scored in the 12th position.
All right, it's going to be a green-white checker, and there's 7 cars on the lead lap. If we come in, we're going to do 2.
I think Tony Jr. meant there are 7 cars on their lap.
Pit road will be open here, lead lap cars only.
And so we can come on to pit road. Not this time, but next time by.
You heard Tony Jr. make the call. If he does come down pit road, it will be for 2 tires.
There are 10 cars that will be on the lead lap. Again, the 1 of Martin Truex Jr. had engine problems. That's the reason for the 6th caution of the day. That ties the record.
20 was the first one, Tony Jr. Say again? So the 20 car was the first taker there. All right.
So Tony Stewart making the call to come on to pit road, as it will be a green-white checkered finish. They'll get the green flag, the white flag, and the next time by the checkered. So only 2 laps of racing will conclude the Samsung 500 from Texas Motor Speedway.
From 6th on back, they came down pit road. Tony Stewart led the group down. First 5 cars stayed on the racetrack. From 6th on back to 10th, they all came down pit road.
So Jeff Burton, Ryan Newman, Clint Boyer, Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, all will be battling for positions on this race. The best that Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be able to finish today will be 11th. If he is able to get by that 29 of Kevin Harvick. Now, we might be able to get by him if Kevin comes onto pit road now and we're able to get off of pit road in front of the lap down cars.
Stay out.
The call is to stay out. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. stays out on the racetrack. For some reason, that 16 of Greg Biffle was passing cars as we're under caution. Starts to slow back down to let cars back by him. Again, it will be a single file restart. Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson are 1 and 2. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, they're your top 5, and from that point back, there will be fresh tires on those cars that came onto pit road Will fresh tires be the difference today at Texas Motor Speedway?
Several of the cars, Rick, that were racing us one lap down came down pit road. Jamie McMurray, Travis Quapple, David Gilliland, Brian Vickers all came down pit road. But I don't think that they just drive up behind us because they're one lap down. I think they have to fall in line behind everybody that stayed on the racetrack. The lead lap cars are able to move to the front, but then they don't go lead lap cars first, then one lap down cars next.
Right.
It's however they came off pit road or stayed on the racetrack, whatever the case may be.
And right now, Matt Kenseth, again, we had mentioned he's being scored 5th when they went across the start-finish line the last time. Kevin Harvick is actually a lap down. He's on the same lap we are, 1 lap down to the lead lap cars. And he is in front of Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, that won't matter. When they get ready to restart this race, Kevin Harvick will pull over, let all the cars on the lead lap but go by him, and then he will restart this race in 11th, right behind all 10 of the cars that are on the lead lap.
That one of Martin Truex Jr. having an engine expire on him, some fluid left on the racetrack, so they put the speedy dry down, and the jet dryers, jet blowers are on the racetrack trying to clean off that speedy dry for the restart, as it will be a shootout, just 2 laps of racing. The green-white checkered finish from Texas Motor Speedway under the sunlight here. A gorgeous day in the Fort Worth, Texas area.
I think the 6th car of David Reagan is the only car that we are racing 1 lap down that stayed out behind us. So we've got the 29 of Harvick, us in 12th, David Reagan in 13th. Then the other guys probably got at least 2 tires on this caution flag.
And so Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently scored in the 12th spot, 1 lap down. Kevin Harvick just in front of him. Behind him, David Reagan. Scored 13th. Jamie McMurray is 14th. David Gilliland 15th. The Hotpass hot shots today. The one running up front, Jimmy Johnson, currently 2nd. Tony Stewart runs 8th. We're 12th. Martin Truex Jr. was 28th. As he's off the racetrack, he will more than likely fall 2 more spots to at least 30 as we continue to be under a caution situation here at the racetrack. Again, the reason for the delay, cleaning up of the racing surface as Martin Truex Jr. blew a motor, left some fluid on the racetrack. Again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. led the first 13 laps today, then led laps 31 through 47.
1 to go at the line.
TJ Majors letting us know that
Your green white checker, make sure your deal there is filled up. You're about 3 gallons shy, so it don't vapor lock on you.
Tony Eury Jr. reminding Dale Earnhardt Jr. about the potential of vapor lock. Brett Bodine turns the flashing lights off of the
Gonna have a
pace
few
car.
come around the outside here. At the 07, the 12, the 20, the 8, 31.
Dale Jr. sticks to the back bumper of that 29, knowing that that's the car he is behind, scored on the racetrack.
Stay with that 29 there.
Michael McDowell in the 00, he falls back. David Reagan again came onto pit road. He's right behind us. Kyle Busch running third to the field right now. It's Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, and Kyle Busch. Again, Kyle Busch won the nationwide race yesterday.
All right, coming to the green here.
We'll have to get by the 99, who's been extremely strong today, and that 48.
All right, pace car's in there.
Our focus is on the 29, trying to get by him for
Get
11.
ready. Ready. Crank, crank, crank. All clear in front of you. You got the 6 right with you.
Sam Hornish Jr., a lap down car, not for position. At 29, stretching it out on us. Four car lengths between Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson for the win. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go between those two. And now coming up on the back bumper of that 29 for position, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to get to 11.
Outside the 77. At your door there. No pressure from the 6. Still at your door.
Carl Edwards still
all clear.
With a big lead as we reel in the 9, but the 29's the one that makes the big difference.
On the front stretch here. He's up against the wall here. Just stay low there. Just stay low. Watch your mirror there. The 07 up here. The 07 up here. You're all clear. Stop, Jimbo. 12. All right.
12th is the
It was
position.
too tight on that last run, so that last adjustment we did fixed the in and off. Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our TNA Wrestling post-race show. Dale Earnhardt Jr. just crossing the start-finish line in the 12th position behind Kevin Harvick. Both of them being scored a lap down. The race winner today, Carl Edwards, joining Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson as being the only drivers to win 3 of the first 7 races in Sprint Cup history. So a great start to the 2008 season for that car and that team. Let's head down to our pit box and our pit stall with Phil Parsons and Tony Eury Jr.
I am standing by with Tony Jr. I know it wasn't what you were looking for, but it looked like you were able to make some changes towards the end and made the car a little bit better. Look, just through the middle portion of that race, maybe with that right front air pressure adjustment, the thing got away from you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy's had a really good car, and we knew it was going to be close, but, you know, we're pretty disgusted with the way the car run today, but setup we had up underneath it, we was kind of locked into it, so he was pretty much loose all day, but I thought I could make an adjustment there to fix it, but it made it the worst it's been all day, so, you know, right there at the end, we got it tight somehow, and Let's go back. I mean, it's a good learning curve because it ain't really that far off from what we've been running the last mile and a half, so we know not to run it here again.
You said on the radio, we heard you, that you needed a little more left rear spring. Explain to the viewers what that would have done, Tony.
Well, basically, the left rear spring will just hold the bite where you're getting into the corner and off the corner, because it's really hard to, when you take these cars, it's hard to tighten one up and then make it turn in the center like that. So everything we were doing to try to fix the in and off, we were killing the center. So it was just then it got to a point there, you just got to let him slide around, and then that way if he wants to go through the center. So, it was just, it's one of them deals where you just missed it, and you come back the next time and you make sure you don't do it again.
But it's not too bad when you can miss it and still end up with a top 12 finish.
Yeah, I mean, that's the positive thing. I mean, you can finish 7th or 12th, I mean, if that's our worst day, then I'll take it. But, it's just disappointing. We've been on a pretty good roll here, and, I know we can run better than that here.
All right, Tony. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
So a disappointed Tony Uri Jr. leaving the pit stall. He'll head back to the hauler. They'll load up the number 88 Chevrolet and head off to our next race, which will be Phoenix. We want to take a look at our shell made to move of the race. And it would have to be that first pit stop, 13.5 seconds on lap 30. We had dropped back to the 4th spot. And after this stop right here, the race off pit road was won by the 88 National Guard Chevrolet team, as they did not only chassis adjustments to the 4-tire stop, filled it up with Sunoco fuel, but beat all of the field off of pit road and put him back out into the lead of the race. So a great job. That's your shell made to move of the race for today's Samsung 500. Our king of the crew, Gene Pasquale, our tire specialist. What a day he had as far as the adjustments that were made. Phil just mentioned the amazing adjustments that went from changing numerous pounds of air pressure, not only in the right front, but all the way around the racetrack. It was a good day the way it started, as far as Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting up front, very lighthearted. As a matter of fact, there's Kyle Busch, and he dropped something into the front seat, or the seat of Dale Jr.'s car. They said, wait a second, we saw that. What'd you drop in there? And a little joke between the drivers, and they had some fun with it. Dale Earnhardt Jr. saw it and was laughing. Kyle explains what it was, the joke that took place. Again, lighthearted to start off the day. Obviously, not as happy at the conclusion of this race, as Junior ends up a lap down and in the 12th position. We want to take a look at our Sprint Cup Series point standings. Junior holding on to that 4th spot. He's 87 points out of the lead. Jeff Burton holds that position. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch in front of us. A pretty good finish for Kyle Busch, unofficially 3rd today. Tony Stewart finishes 7th unofficially. Jimmy Johnson will stay up in the top 12, but Jeff Gordon drops out of the top 12 once again with his 43rd place finish today. So a difficult day for Hendrick driver Jeff Gordon, as he was involved in the accident on our 2nd caution on lap 109. And that gave him issues. He was out of the race early on, the first car out of the race. And so he scored 43rd today. But again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. at a racetrack that he normally is very comfortable and successful at, got a lap down, and probably one of the biggest reasons is there was such a dominant car with Carl Edwards today in that 99. Coming into this race, Dale Earnhardt Jr. had won a race at this racetrack. Well, next week we go to Phoenix. He's won twice at that racetrack.
NASCAR Hotpass travels to Phoenix for a Saturday night special at sundown. Watch Dale Jr., Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, and Matt Kenseth take on the long and sweeping corners of Phoenix International Speedway and rise from the ashes into victory lane. Find out who will take the checkered in the Valley of the Sun next week on NASCAR Hotpass.
Mr. Saturday Night Special.
And remember, it's Saturday night under the lights at Phoenix PIR, Phoenix International Raceway, for the Subway Fresh Fit 500. There will be your Hot Pass Hot Shots. Next week's channel lineup: Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Clint Boyer, and Matt Kenseth will be the 4 that we will ride shotgun with when we head off to Phoenix. Again, that's a Saturday night race, and you'll want to make sure to tune in right here on Hot Pass. How does Dale Earnhardt Jr. do when we head to the desert? Well, 2 wins at that racetrack in the 11 starts, 5 top 10s, and he's led over 300 laps, 310 laps led. So he has success there. Both of them were fall races that Dale Jr. was able to win at Phoenix. Let's look back, though, here at Texas Motor Speedway and what took place with the 88 team. Again, starting up front, on our outside was Carl Edwards, 2 very strong cars. We led the first 13 laps of the race. And then it ended up being Kyle Busch who was able to get by us on lap 14. Busch was out front today. Jimmy Johnson also led laps at this racetrack. The caution first came out for Michael Waltrip in that 55 on lap 29 when he spun coming out of turn number 4. We were able to take the lead after the first pit stop as we won the race off of pit road. Team was able to celebrate that small victory. We led then from lap 31 to 47, and then on the 48th lap, it was the 48 that got in front of the field and got by us. Lap 109, another one of our teammates with not as good of luck as Junior and Jimmy Johnson had today. That was the problems that arose for him. It ended up being his worst finish of his career, tying his worst finish, and J.J. Yaley, struggling in the 96, gets to the inside wall. He brought out the 4th caution of the day. Carl Edwards was able to get by Kyle Busch when Kyle Busch slipped up a bit and the car got loose on him. And that was the last time Kyle Busch was able to get in front, because the 99 put on a dominant performance, ending up winning this race. The trademark backflip after every victory for Carl Edwards, and he does it into the grass here at Texas Motor Speedway. Nearly 185,000 people on hand here today to witness this, the 7th race of the 2008 season. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishing up 12th today, to the dismay of probably 160,000 of the fans that were here. All Junior Nation fans coming to cheer on their favorite driver. How did the other teammates do today for Hendrick Motorsports? Jimmy Johnson again 2nd. Casey Mears was 22nd, and we talked about that difficult finish for Jeff Gordon. A 43rd place finish for him. Only the 2nd time he's ever finished 43rd in his career. The other time was here at this very racetrack. It was a gorgeous day at Texas Motor Speedway in the Fort Worth, Texas area. We appreciate you joining us here on NASCAR Hot Pass. Again, Junior started out front, wasn't able to keep it there for long enough, although he did get those 5 bonus points. Holds on to the 4th spot in the point standings. Not a lot of passes for the lead, but some ruckus going on pit road. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you Saturday night in Phoenix next week.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced,